promised me a match. And then you pulled my match. You, like every other promotion, kick me when I'm down. September 20th in Pakenham, it will be Blake D'Angelo against whoever has the balls to step up to me.
Yeah. We have a problem? Do you want one? Let's make this a problem, big man. Alright, what do you have to say? What are you bleeding? You're a big tough man with all your mates here, aren't you? No, here, look. I'll take care of you. Watch, do it. It's a pleasure.
The conflict Axium.
Michael Thompson is my name. Dino Dirty Sprite is to the right of me, and we are blessed, DJ, because we are joined by a bit of SA royalty, Brady Roberts. Brady, welcome to the Federation.
Thank you very much, Michael. Here to scout some talent, here to see the best names Victoria has to offer, and we're starting off in a big way with conflict Axium.
Unbelievable. They started MWF Catalyst, DJ, now they're saying MWF Eclipse. It's almost like they want to be the starters of the show. They want to be the not only the headliners, but also the opening act.
Well, conflict Axium is starting to become a global movement here. We've got PWSAs. Brady Roberts, you're here for a good reason, because this stable has been running roughshod in Adelaide as well. It's been insane. They're coming for our tag titles, and they're coming for every big hitter on the PWSA roster. And as I've heard, they're a big problem here in Malice.
I'm so sorry you've had to deal with these guys over in SA. I thought that the hospitality in South Australia would have been much better for these bums, but not to be.
Well, look, you want to talk about heavy hitters? You're looking at least two right there with Blake Cudas and Kris Law, the Reverend Kris Law, the spiritual leader of conflict Axium, and he does not look like he's in any sort of mood.
And of course, the other member of conflict Axium making his debut inside the Malice Arena tonight, Ryan Zero from New Zealand.
See what I mean? Global movement, brother. Strong language by the Malice audience.
They're not well liked in Pakenham, that's for sure.
You see, you know the funniest thing about you people? You guys are a bunch of rowdy idiots, and I'm as calm as can be. My favourite thing about that is I know you all hate it. shut up? Do you guys want me to shut up? Do you guys want me to shut up? Do you guys want me to shut up? Do you want me to shut up? Yes! Everyone at home, I'm not going to shut up, so everyone here can suffer! Anyway, I've got to be distracted. Let's start this properly. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the Conflict Axiom Show! I must say, I am very disappointed to be in an absolute hole like Pakenham, but here we are. Screw me. That's a bit rude, mate. I think you should zip it. Like everyone here needs to zip it. Now you all need to understand, Conflict Axiom is the most dominant stable in Australian professional wrestling. There is not a single person backstage who has the balls to get in the middle of this.
Spoke too soon.
Apparently somebody's got some balls. We're here at Pakenham Hall, MWF Eclipse. This is how we're starting the show off. If you're watching on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe.
And here comes the Southeast Centre, Aiden Osbourne, who, believe it or not, you remember back in July, DJ, he got the pinfall victory over James Marshall in that three-way hardcore match, and he's got a match tonight against the Reverend Kris Law.
It sounds like he's taking Conflict Axiom apart, piece by piece. Brady Roberts, I believe this is probably the first time you've seen this young gentleman. Have you seen him wrestle before?
I have seen him wrestle before, but this will be the first time I've seen him in the Malice ring, and I am excited.
He's got a big bunch of kahunas to step in. Basically opposite an 8-on-1 situation right here, Aiden Osbourne.
I wouldn't be, that's for sure.
You're funny. Do you not remember the last time that we had an encounter? Remember? Do you need me to refresh that for you? I'm not here for you tonight, though. Kris Law. You ready? For me tonight? Who the hell do you think you are? You are either the bravest man I've ever seen, or you're the stupidest man I've ever seen. Look, here in Conflict Axiom, we like to think that we are a tolerant force for good in the professional wrestling world. But I'm sure that you can count, and I think you can see right now, that at a snap of my fingers, I could have all the monsters in this ring rip you limb from limb. But I've got to admit, in the 20 years that I have been doing this, I don't think I've seen someone's crazy I admire more than yours. You get in this ring, no, you shut up, you jabroni. You get in this ring with us. Hey, you and I, Aiden Osbourne, Reverend Kris Law, we're going one-on-one tonight. You want to fight, and I want competition, but here's the little piece of the puzzle that I think you missed.
He's all in!
And you're going to shut up. I and the main eventer here. I wrestled... As I was saying before these low IQ morons interrupted me, I admire you being in this ring with all of Conflict Axiom, but while you want to fight and I want competition, I don't know whether you're ready for the main event spotlight. So Aiden Osbourne, you've got a choice to make tonight. Do you put all this bravado to good use? Or do you crack under the pressure of wrestling the 20-year veteran, Reverend Kris Law, in the main event tonight?
Make a choice, pal.
I'll see you in the main event, Kris Law.
Looks like we're not going to be too far away from that one. I know that the GM, Ryan Betson, is somewhere lurking backstage, and knowing him, he will sign off on this being the main event tonight here at MWF Eclipse. Brady.
Huge main event. Kris Law, a main event player here in Victoria. Now he's bringing Aiden Osbourne up to that position. It's really a situation of sink or swim tonight for Aiden Osbourne.
Well, is Aiden Osbourne ready for the main event spot? That's what Kris Law said. Will he perform or will he crumble under pressure? I think the bigger question is just how much will Conflict Axiom be a factor in tonight's main event, Michael?
Absolutely, we've got a big night ahead. We've got so much talent from both not only Australia, South Australia, but also internationally too. But we're going to kick it off very, very shortly with our opening contest, Magnus versus Shaun Young, who's going to open things up here tonight.
I don't think we have a camera frame tall enough for Magnus.
Making their way to the ring first.
And while Kris Law mentioned veterans, speaking of veterans, no one is as veteran as Shaun Young, someone who's been in the industry for over a decade, a former tag team champion, still searching for singles gold here in Australia right now, DJ.
Well, he calls himself God's gift to professional wrestling, and if you've seen him in the ring, he's pretty decent. I'm not sure if...
235 pounds. He's standing in next to 6 feet tall. It's God's gift, Shaun Young.
Can we just point out, this man is nowhere near 6 foot or 235 pounds.
Even if he was 6 foot, DJ, I don't know if that's going to help him in this situation.
So, if he's 6 foot, I must be 6'7", 6'8". You must be 7'5", Brady.
If Shaun Young is 6 foot, then Magnus Colbeck is about 10 feet high.
Absolutely.
And here he comes.
One of the scariest monsters we have in the Melbourne professional wrestling scene. Do not adjust your television sets. Yes, this man stands in at 7 foot 2 inches tall. He is the tallest active professional wrestler here in the Southern Hemisphere.
Oh, he's almost hitting the ceiling.
Look at the brute of Magnus Colbeck, and this is the first time I'm seeing Magnus Colbeck wrestle here ever. I know this is your first time too, Brady. DJ, you've seen this guy walk around a couple of times and you've seen him.
You guys are in for a treat. I believe former tag team champions in Renegades of Wrestling was trained by Jake Navarra and Sid Parker.
Massive shout out to Relentless Pro Wrestling, who have been churning through talent after talent after talent after talent.
I mean, what a school. They're producing all these great talents so that they can show their talents on places like Malice Wrestling Federation, and right now they're showing him as Shaun Young is thrown to the mat like he weighs nothing.
So the 6 foot tall, quote unquote, for Shaun Young is taking on someone a little bit bigger than him. And if you're in this situation right now, Brady, what would you do if you're Shaun Young to try and ground and pound and really humble the giant here and Magnus Colbeck?
I think in reality, Shaun Young's starting to figure out that he is taking on a big man, and that head scissors hardly even took him down.
Big drop kick by the God's gift. Second one rocks him. Number 3 will be the charm. Knocks him out of the ring.
Motion is important here against a big man.
You got to stick and move, Brady.
Shaun Young got to go through. Oh, and Magnus Colbeck.
Fakes him out, Tomo.
Feeling like a bit of a veteran himself, he's met that absolutely well like a book. The Magnus Colbeck and Shaun Young. Well, he stopped himself before going to the outside. He knew exactly what Magnus was going to do in that situation.
Well, Magnus has only been wrestling less than 2 years. Incredibly fresh in our industry. And I believe that Shaun Young's strategy is going to be to try and get into his mind and make him make mistakes.
And also the tagline for this match is too, these two men are facing each other for the very first time ever. They've never stepped foot inside the ring against each other until tonight.
I mean, a lot of first-time matches here tonight at Eclipse. Great show tonight. So many more great matches tonight. We already spoke about Kris Law and Aiden Osbourne. Here we go.
Look at the strength of Magnus Colbeck. Carrying Shaun Young like Jesus. Sidewalk slams.
Almost put him through the ring.
So being dropped from a building. We might need to see a replay of that, I reckon.
I think we do.
What a drop.
I don't think Shaun Young's ever been dropped that high before, ever.
Do you think it's finally setting in? He's taking on a 7'2" giant.
I mean, he's wrestled a lot of taller people. Let's be real here. This is not Shaun Young's first rodeo. The majority of his opponents have been bigger than him.
I mean, he also tag teamed with one of the most talented wrestlers that we've seen in Australia, in Lockie Hendricks. They were tag team champions for a very long time, all those years ago.
There you go. But I mean, we've got a fresh crop now. Magnus Colbeck, he may not be Lockie Hendricks, but he's certainly the very first Magnus Colbeck.
Oh, standing leg drop there by Magnus Colbeck.
Almost from the height of the top rope.
And we talk about how tall this guy is. Nobody talks about how athletic he is. He should not be able to move around this well for a guy his size. Was a former basketball player.
I could definitely see that. I mean, I call basketball. I could definitely see him as the 5 for a lot of sporting.
Here we go.
Quick scoreboard here by Shaun Young.
Shaun Young looks like a schoolboy next to him.
A big boot there by Colbeck.
It is super important to point out.
Here we go. Show Brady.
Oh, just foot on the chest, but that wasn't going to keep him down.
No, it wasn't at all.
But you've got to point out, a big man usually doesn't have the gas tank of Colbeck, but of course here, he has the ability to go 20, 30, even 40 minutes against Shaun Young.
This isn't some Vince McMahon Giant of the Month project. This guy is a world-class athlete, and he is here at Malice Wrestling Federation getting beat down by Shaun Young.
Here comes Shaun Young. Quick reversal into the sternum there. Good athleticism there by Shaun Young, trying to go for the crossbody. Got caught nicely there by Magnus Colbeck. And this could potentially be a four-way slam opportunity here for Colbeck. He's lifting. He's pitching him. Upwards. Oh, straight down to the middle of the canvas.
Uranage type maneuver as he covers. 2, says referee JC Juno.
And surely with someone like Magnus Colbeck, those curls, they'd be a warm-up for him in the gym.
Look at the man's biceps. They're longer than my legs.
That's very concerning.
Right? I'm concerned. Oh, this is even more concerning.
Quick choke slam. Good reversal by Shaun Young. Straight down and Colbeck goes for the outsides.
Up and over. Shaun Young had a stand.
Straight over.
Holy crap.
Shaun Young goes over. And we see Reaper on that one. Massive by God's gift. Taking down the 7'2", 250-pounder in Magnus Colbeck. Shaun Young quickly going to the middle rope. You're going to try and go.
Oh! Blockbuster type maneuver. Lateral press.
Did well here. Cover.
The 2 count.
Very close to, I think.
Shaun Young, he's going to continue. He's finally finding his groove in this match. And, of course,
he knows how to humble a giant.
That's exactly it.
Misses with the knee.
Try to go for that running knee there. Oh, way more. The Sutur's rage has Magnus Colbeck coming in. This could be it for Shaun Young. And Shaun Young kicks out of the Sutur's rage.
Magnus Colbeck has a lot of tricks up his sleeve. Not that he's wearing sleeves. But Shaun Young in a world of trouble here.
Oh, no.
He's going to send him out with the north of hell. Shaun Young says no. Reverse into a bulldog.
Huge bulldog.
Massive by Shaun Young.
But Magnus Colbeck is still moving. He's back on his feet already.
Young to the middle road. Got the knee to the back of the head. Quick cover here by God's gift on Magnus Colbeck. And that's it. Shaun Young humbling the giant tonight here at MWF Eclipse, Brady.
Awesome opening matchup. Of course, Shaun Young likes to go high there. It didn't maybe pay off. And of course, he changed his strategy and his tactics, and he walks away with the win here.
I think he was faking Magnus out the whole time by trying to make it seem like he wanted to wrestle him in the middle of the ring and then busting out all the high-flying offense, which he normally doesn't do. It was a great bait and switch play for him, I think, and it just goes to show the veteran instincts of somebody like God's gift Shaun Young.
And it worked out well because Magnus Colbeck was going for the north of hell, could not get there in the end, and unfortunately, it cost him in the end, I thought. Coming up next, though, we've got a massive tag match. Rocco Reed met for the first time against Conflict Axium.
Making their way to the ring first.
As MWF Eclipse continues here inside the live and sold out Pakenham Hall here in Pakenham. Michael Thompson, DJ Dirty Spot, Brady Roberts with you for this one and representing Conflict Axiom. Nate Nitro, who's been in the gym preparing for this tag match, and Luke Resta, who's still got nightmares after losing the 211 back at Catalyst, DJ.
I'm sure he's got a lot of nightmares about all the crap he took that night, coming out trying to help Kris Law. And a very interesting matchup we have here, boys. One man from Adelaide, one man from Geelong. We're not sure what the story is with them teaming, but two men that neither of these men have any sort of experience against. I'll tell you now, Matt Farrow and Rocco Reed are some of Australia's best.
Of course, Matt Farrow from Geelong, but Rocco Reed, you know, similar vein to you, Brady, coming across from the glorious state of South Australia.
That's exactly it. Peterborough State Legacy Champion, of course, not defending here tonight in this tag team match.
It could be a chance in the future if you talk to Benson about maybe having him defend maybe some
We might have to
USA
talk
gold.
to the commissioner about that one. But of course, his tag team partner out first.
One of the best.
Weighing in at 96 kilos, he is Shaun Young, Matt Farrow!
One of the best young prospects to come out of the relentless school of professional wrestling. I will stake my reputation and tell you that this young man is going to be a very, very big deal very, very quickly, Tomo.
This is the first time I get to see someone like Shotgun Matt Farrow and also Rocco Reed in action, so I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do, but I've heard good things about him coming out of course, the Relentless School of Pro Wrestling and a couple of companies, of course, across Melbourne. He's already wrestled across as well over the last year or so too, DJ, so looking forward to seeing Matt Farrow for the first time.
Well, the kid looks the part, he acts the part, he feels the part. I'm telling you, he is it. Here comes his partner.
It's time. It's Rocco Reed's time.
South Australia, and now he's going to run right through Conflict Axiom.
We're starting.
Ref Bonnie hasn't officially rung the bell just yet.
It's just an all-out brawl.
As Nitro and Resna, not too keen.
Just can't start the match with 4 men in the ring. We need 2 men to get out.
Matt Farrow and Rocco Reed jumped by conflict. Axium double suplex there by Nitro and Resna.
Bell hasn't even rung yet.
Taking down shotgun Matt Farrow. And Farrow eats the ring post. And now it's a 2-on-1 handicap match. And Rocco Reed is in a lot of trouble, boys.
Just an ambush from the beginning. Rocco Reed did not come all the way from Mount Gambier for this, I'll tell you now. And Matt Farrow and Rocco Reed look like they've been jumped.
Ring the bell. So the match is underway. Rocco Reed told Ref Bonnie to ring the bell. And away we go. So we'll start with Rocco Reed and Luke Resna in the middle of the ring here in this tag match. The second match, nice spinning drop kick over the top. There by Rocco Reed, taking down Luke Resna. And Reed's feeling it here.
You've got to pay attention to the way Rocco Reed moves. Probably the best training resume of any wrestler in Australia. Damien Slater, David Storm, Delta, I can't remember her name in NXT now, Matt Hayter, the Basso brothers. This is probably the best training resume of any wrestler here in Australia, and he's going to show you in a minute.
Mount Gambier's finest product in action right now here. Rocco Reed drops Luke Resna down, and Resna heads to the outside.
Here we go. Rocco Reed is looking to fly now.
I'll let you call this one, Brady. Go for it.
Here we go. Over the top rope. And through to the floor. Absolute beautiful rolling senton.
Nate Nitro just got out of dodge, and Luke Resna just ate it on the floor there. And Rocco Reed, a very, very tremendous high flyer. As Luke Resna eats that post.
Probably the best thing to come out of Mount Gambier since Nick Marshall, Rocco Reed's.
I don't know who that is, but sure.
It's an NBL reference for basketball people out there who are watching tonight. Another knife edge shot there by Rocco Reed.
Absolutely lighting up the chest there of Luke Resna.
The PWSA Legacy Champion. Who did he beat for that title, Brady?
He beat Kai Thorne at one of the biggest events of the year, Super Slam 15, and he's had a tight grasp on that title.
No, referee's got to get involved here.
Speaking of tight grass, Nate Nitro got a tight grass on the leg of Rocco Reed's.
Somebody needs to tell Matt Farrow that he needs to go help his partner when there's two people attacking one person. Oh my God!
Explosive suplex into the corner there by Luke Resna.
That was a rough landing.
Hangs Rocco Reed up to dry, and this could be it here for the Mount Gambier Nate if he kicks out of 2.
The undeniable guns. I don't know what you would call this tag team, but they look like they're in a lot of trouble. Matt Farrow has not had a chance to step into the ring since the bell rang.
Of course, not starting this match fresh after conflict. Axium jumped both of them. You got to think, will that plan pay off, and how are those two feeling?
We also got to mention as well that Rocco Reed and Matt Farrow were not the first choice tag team for this match tonight.
That's right, the Physicals were obligated to defend the Alpha Tag Team titles tonight and were unable to join us on this one. We'll hopefully have them on the next one.
Absolutely. So, of course, the Malice board and the Alpha board came to a conclusion and said fair play for the Physicals to be out in Thomastown tonight instead of here in Pakenham.
Well, look, the Physicals are a great tag team, but Rocco Reed and Matt Farrow, I'll tell you right now, are some of the best guys we have going. And, you know, this is the first time they've been able to wrestle in the Southeast. I just need to let you guys know, Rocco Reed probably wrestles here in Melbourne more than he does in Adelaide. I do have to point that out. A lot of the fans here did come because Rocco Reed was on the card. They know him very well. Absolutely. Same thing with Shotgun. This is a very, very interesting opportunity for these boys, and it was only made possible because of a bad situation.
Swinging neck breaker there from Nate Nitro. Quick cover here. That's textbook NOS from Nitro.
I was going to say, you know, there's a bad situation there for Rocco Reed, but, you know, sometimes you got to make chicken salad out of...
Chicken.
Yeah, let's say that, yeah. Let's use that one.
I know exactly where you're going there. Again, PG, DJ, PG.
You know what they say, man, when life gives you lemons, do tequila shots.
I'm in the mood for one.
Right. I left my tinny backstage. I'm so regretting it. Whip off the ropes. Double clothesline by conflict Axium. Resna covers.
They kick out of 2.
And Nitro and Resna are a real well-oiled machine. I do have to mention, I remember Resna's tag team. What was it? Retro something or other. I didn't think their tag team was that great, but his pairing with Nate Nitro, they have much, much better chemistry. As Rocco Reed just copping forearms left, right, and centre.
Big chance here now. Rocco Reed, good vertical base there.
Huge cutter! The Rocco Reed cutter!
Massive.
Springboard cutter by Rocco Reed as he's trying to make a tag. Matt Farrow has not been in this match yet.
Where's Nitro? Oh, no.
You prick.
That's snake by Nate Nitro.
As he hits the post, Matt Farrow.
The boss of NOS getting involved yet again. That's snake Nate Nitro stopping the momentum that Rocco Reed was going to bring into it. A spike DDT there by Luke Resner. Matt Farrow is still trying to come to on the outside right in front of us, guys. But Rocco Reed right now, yet again, in similar vein to the start of this match, is in a 2-on-1 situation.
Brady, have you ever seen Rocco Reed like messed around with like this?
Rocco Reed usually tries to dominate his opponent, but there's no dominating a team such strong as Conflict Axiom. Rocco Reed...
Oh, Matt Farrow's got him in. The referee's got to get him out. But there's 2 other men in the ring. The referee, well, come on.
Come on, buddy.
They're letting Conflict Axiom go. Matt Farrow can't even help his partner. What is this crap?
What? I was going to say, what kind of operation is Benton doing? What kind of operation is Benton running here with these referees?
I can see.
I get a lot of stick at the other company I'm the general manager for, but come on, this is ridiculous.
I can see why Bonnie Byrne cops so much flack on podcasts. Do your job. As I believe Nate Nitro has some sort of key lock submission on Rocco Reed, centre of the ring.
Rocco Reed does not give up very easily. He makes sure he has the power of his Reed Warriors behind him.
And of course, this is the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu background of Nate Nitro. He's a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
That is
the boss of NOS.
I know Nate's father's trainer personally, and he's constantly telling me about how Nate Nitro is killing the rest of the students in BJJ. This is the first time I've seen him bring that tool set to professional wrestling.
Nate Nitro also a former...
Shoulders down!
Quick cover. Nitro, I was going to say as well, Nitro's a former soccer player as well, played at a semi-professional level back in the day.
That's quite impressive. We have some impressive athletes here at Malice Wrestling Federation, Brady.
Exactly it. And Rocco Reed proving why he could be on top of the rest.
Some great athletes here. I can see why you bring them around to South Australia so often. But Rocco Reed finding a way out. He's getting a bit excited. He needs to focus on getting a tag.
He's getting fired up by his Reed Warriors.
Nice.
He's not letting go.
What? I was going to say, you saw me to 3 amigos, but how do you say amigos in Italian? There's surely a different saying to amigos. I need translation.
Regardless of what it is, number 3's coming up. What goes up?
Oh!
And it didn't go up.
He's hooked the leg. He's trying to reverse now. Nate, no.
Oh, jeez.
Reversal.
Powering him almost through the canvas.
There wasn't even a suplex. It was like a throw. That was crazy. Referee Bonnie Byrne is...
So I've been told by Hughesy that in Italian, it's the 3 Rockies.
The 3 Rockies.
That's
Rocky 1, Rocky 2, Rocky 3.
So amigo is Rocky in Italian. That's what I've been told. Thank you, AI Hughesy.
AI Hughesy to the rescue. Big Boss Hughesy, shout out. Get your meats from Big Boss Hughesy.
He's definitely better than Meta, that's for sure. Nice uppercut there by Nitro.
The crowd is trying to get behind Rocco Reed. Matt Farrow has not had a second of action in this match. He's driven from Geelong. He's driven 2 hours to be here.
Step up into Gooey there by Nitro. Grounds again, Rocco Reed. Straight into a cover here.
Oh, no.
Quick cover here by Reed. This could be it here.
Was a little bit close to the ropes. It's still counted.
Can Rocco Reed get that tag that he so desperately needs to the shotgun?
Drop into the elbows there by Nitro. Yet again.
Rocco Reed's out. I mean, he can't be getting up from this.
Since the get-go, Conflict Axiom have made sure to dominate these two because they know that they are both worthy competitors.
You were talking about a tag team that Luke Resner used to be in too. Nitro used to be in another tag team before joining Conflict Axiom called Neo Nitro.
Interesting.
Massive shout out to Jake Neo as well.
Okay.
His former tag partner and former friend.
Colours. Rocco Reed is taking an absolute beating here. Pillar to post. Conflict Axiom have just dominated.
So there was parallels on Resner and Nitro backstabbing their former tag team partners to join Conflict Axiom.
I mean, it's just on brand for these guys, isn't it? Jerks in and out of the ring.
Could go for Nos Rhodes.
Oh my God! Busaka knee kick! This is the separation that Rocco Reed needs! Can he capitalise? Can Shotgun tag in?
This is where Rocco Reed thrives. These high-pressure situations. He's got to get that tag, and he's got to get the fresh man in.
Rocco Reed looking at Matt Farrow. And we might be not too far.
It's Shotgun. He's got no one coming at him. Just drop kick him, brother.
Matt Farrow puts down Nitro. Shotgun is up and about. Right hands to Nitro.
Matt Farrow, ball of fire.
Riches to the corner there. Oh, well done there by Farrow. Look at the athleticism of the relentless student, the relentless graduate. Goes underneath yet again. Cleave Nate Nitro up.
Like a freaking cruise missile. We have to see that again.
I've never seen Nitro cop that ever.
Oh, 4 men in the ring now.
Double team action.
The unparalleled take of Rocco Reed and Matt Farrow coming together, taking Resner down.
Double team action by the undeniable Guns.
Upwards. Oh, nice power slam there.
What's he doing?
Going up high risk.
Moonsault.
Acai moonsault by the Shotgun.
Rocco Reed.
Here comes Rocco Reed.
He's going for the huge splash.
That could be it.
That's
here.
gonna be it.
Conflict Axium
Taking the L. Taking the L.
Bonnie gets taken out by Nate Nitro.
Had it scouted, saw the foot hanging off the side of the ring and yoinked it to the floor.
Nate Nitro gets involved again.
The Guns can't stop it. Look, the Guns have to keep going.
Oh no, are we starting to see a bit of a breakdown here in communication after such great teamwork we just saw?
We saw about 30 seconds of these guys teaming before it seemed to all fall apart.
Dissension between Rocco Reed and Matt Farrow.
Trying to get the ref. Oh no. Nitro's got Reed.
Oh.
Famouser, there's no referee. Bonnie Burns back in. She looks fresh as a daisy. She has no idea what just happened.
He actually calls out the Nos Rider, but close enough, DJ. And he takes down Rocco Reed.
And Matt Farrow he has no idea what's going on.
They've really lost their bearings with this one.
Oh, code breaker.
Not good.
Here we go, Nos Rhodes. Oh, inside and out. Nate Nitro cleans up Matt Farrow, and Conflict Axium get the dub.
Your winners, the Conflict Axiom.
Conflict Axiom get the win, and it all started as we see the closing sequence of the match. It all started with the Nos Rider by Nate Nitro, and then Resner take Nitro in, and it was all courtesy from Matt Farrow with the Nos Rhodes, and Conflict Axiom guys get the victory here at MWF Eclipse.
Disappointment is the only way to describe how I feel right now, Michael. Rocco Reed, Peter's own, not able to walk away with the win.
And you can see on your screen now the look of disappointment on the faces of Rocco Reed and Matt Farrow. Your winners, Conflict Axiom. Will this be a running theme for tonight, Tomo?
We will soon find out. We've still got 2 men from Conflict Axiom still in action. Blake Cudas against Johnny Della Rocco, and our main event, Kris Law against Aiden Osbourne. We do want to send a huge thank you to Custom Craft Digital Print Studio for printing our lovely ring skirts and our amazing media wall, which is backstage, by the way. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Thank you. Please like Custom Craft Digital on Instagram and drop them a line for your next printing job.
I'm standing here with Shaun Young. Now, Shaun, this was your first match at Malice. How are you feeling after such a tough fight?
Well, even though it was my first match at Malice, it wasn't the first toughest challenge that I've faced. I explained in that pre-match promo when I was having a bit of fun with my mates that I had years of experience and I'd faced everybody that's taller than me. There's not a lot that are under my shoulder height. So when I go into that ring, I know I've got a big challenge, and tonight I stepped up in a big way.
You've definitely made yourself known here at Malice, and we'll be seeing you again soon, I hope.
Oh, you will.
Ladies and gentlemen, your following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is a singles match. Making their way to the ring first,
I'm looking forward to this one.
We are certainly in for a treat here, Michael. This one, PWSA's own Twisted J taking on the hardcore luchador.
Like D'Angelo, who we saw hijack MWF Catalyst.
Yeah, it was mysterious dirty laundry telling us all about his divorce.
We don't need to talk about that. I mean, for the record, we don't need to talk about that.
Is there on YouTube?
It is that.
Is there on YouTube?
I mean, he also, you mentioned offense, Paul. It was very, very messy. There's Nicholls using.
Pakenham, Victoria, formerly known as the Aussie Hardcore Luchador, is now unmasked and unhinged. Danny D'Amato's favorite jello. He is
It's interesting they mentioned Danny D'Amanto's favorite juggalo because Danny D'Amanto almost murdered him in Adelaide a few weeks ago.
Oh, it was that live. It was something else.
Tell us about it, Brady. Tell us what you saw from Blake D'Angelo in Adelaide.
D'Angelo almost certainly lived up to his name and died in the middle of TIA Live against the Australasian double deathmatch champion Danny D'Amato.
Shout out, Danny.
And of course, Blake D'Angelo sports in the Insane Clown Posse style face wear. He's a massive Insane Clown Posse fan, is Blake D'Angelo. And
I believe that's Jigsaw from the Saw movies.
he's also an Insane Clown Posse fan too.
Well, he's that too, but
Yeah.
he's a lot of things.
Yeah.
He's a very diverse individual.
Speaking of diverse individuals, Brady, can you please inform us of this diverse individual?
Well, the Nightmare is certainly here to live up to his name in Malice. Former PWSA heavyweight champion, former tag team champion, former Adelaide Open champion, a Grand Slam in PWSA, and he's here.
South Australia, he is the Nightmare,
Now, Brady, point over me. Is this one of Johnny Raddick's trainees as well?
100% a graduate of the Pro Wrestling South Australia Academy, and he is torn through everyone in PWSA. It's only time will tell if he can tear through Blake D'Angelo as well.
Now, I'm sure he's got a few good challenges waiting for him in PWSA. Corvidae, the Adelaide Open champ, has got to be looking at this match intently.
Well, funny enough, you actually speak about Blake D'Angelo almost dying in the middle of the ring with deathmatch as well, because these two men actually tagged in deathmatch down under not too long ago either. Blake D'Angelo and Twisted J, so they know each other very, very well. They were together in DMDU. But tonight, they are literally standing opposite each other in this Malice ring.
That's right, we're not on Hindley Street, we're in beautiful sunny Pakenham for Malice Wrestling Federation Eclipse. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like, subscribe, comment, excuse me, press the bell icon and keep up with all the alerts every time we upload something.
Of course, you can also follow Malice Wrestling Federation at Malice Wrestling on Facebook, on X, on Instagram, and of course, TikTok. We decided that Snapchat was not cool enough, Brady, so we're steering far away from Snapchat.
Trust me, these boys are all on Snapchat.
You can follow the rest of us on Facebook, X, TikTok, and Instagram.
That's it. Now, Twisted J really here to prove why he is the Nightmare.
And this is interesting. In our last match, we had Rocco Reed from South Australia, who was trained by an entirely different mob.
That's exactly it.
You'll see the style difference now from Twisted J between Johnny Raddick's training and the Basso brothers' training. It is like night and day. It's like they were trained in different countries.
Certainly a bit more scrappy, a little less flashy than one Rocco Reed, but he certainly gets the job done. Multi-time PWSA champion, multi-time PWSA tag team champion, and Adelaide Open champion. He's done it all.
Of course, Blake D'Angelo, I can mention as well, he's been in the gym the last few weeks. Ever since this match got announced, he got into the best shape of his life. He's dropped about 6-7 kilos. He's on body biz. He looks in amazing condition, Blake D'Angelo, for this one.
He's never looked better.
He's continuing to morph his body and to get better and better with his conditioning. And he said to me earlier this week that he was looking forward to showing how much the conditions really.
He just slapped him and ran. Sorry to cut you off, Sobo. He slapped him and just ran out of the ring. Twisted J's coming after him. Twisted J's not happy.
Twisted J does not stand for disrespect like that. Michael, you've got to see. Blake's put himself in a bad position.
It's not the first time he's put himself in a bad position.
Ask his missus. Oh, Jesus! Lordy! He slapped the soul out of him!
You heard that in the next sum of over and could in officer.
In officer? I think someone's going to need to call an officer soon. Because he's being assaulted. He's being assaulted right now.
Right hand there by Twisted J on Blake D'Angelo.
Rubbing the face, showing a bit more of that disrespect back that Blake D'Angelo showed to Twisted J.
You did mention, Brady, that the style from PWSA is a little bit scrappy. It's a little bit dirty, and you can see that these guys, that old school style that Cole Devani taught, where it was just bite, scratch, claw, punch, break the rules. It doesn't matter. You just do whatever you can to win.
Oh, straight down. Twisted J goes. Blake D'Angelo. Oh, shining wizard to the back of the neck of Twisted J.
That might be it right there.
Nice shining wizard there.
Twisted's still moving.
Twisted's showing signs of life, but...
Ruh-roh Raggy.
Shades of potentially, I was going to say almost shades of Brian Danielson there.
I believe that's what he was looking for. The violence party.
Stomping down on that peck.
Only getting to one hand though this time around by Blake D'Angelo. And Twisted J gets back to a vertical base, albeit might have been for a short time, but Twisted J trying to fight out of this one. Blake D'Angelo yet again grounding his opponent middle of the canvas.
What is Blake D'Angelo trying to line up for here? Standing on Twisted J's back, just mugging for the ground. This is not how you're going to beat someone.
Oh!
I spoke too soon. Double stomp back to the head.
Not a bad maneuver there by Blake D'Angelo, the hardcore luchador.
But you've only got to think, every little sign of disrespect to Twisted J is only making him more and more angry.
Blake D'Angelo. Oh, nice right hand there by the hardcore luchador.
Swung for the fences on that one.
He might be out on his feet.
He's out on his feet. He's got roller skates on. Referee's got to check him. He might have a concussion. Referee trying to get out of the corner.
D'Angelo just whips his opponent there into the turnbuckle. Nice clothesline there by Blake D'Angelo.
Now, Brady, you've seen these two men wrestle a few times now. What do you think is the strategy for beating either man?
Well, for Twisted J, it's really got to be focusing. You've got to keep on top of him. If Twisted J finds an opening like he has...
Massive spine buster!
Straight down, Twisted J to a quick cover here on Blake D'Angelo and a kick out of two.
As I was saying, when those openings appear, Twisted J takes it. Blake D'Angelo cannot let up on Twisted J.
It doesn't look like he plans to let up. He's literally just scraping his bootlaces across Blake D'Angelo's face as he whips him off.
Here we go. Good whip there. Oh, upward. Oh, drop there by Twisted J. I don't know how much he got of it. I might have Blake D'Angelo a lot more, but it was an unorthodox Samoan drop. And still couldn't keep Blake D'Angelo down.
Only a 2 count on that one.
And Blake D'Angelo is...
I don't think... Sorry, if I was cutting you off there, DJ, but I don't think Twisted J got enough of that Samoan drop to really keep him down for the 3 count there, Brady.
What we're really looking for is that cutter. Twisted J might be calling for a cutter. He could even be calling for a devastating knee here. Twisted J, a versatile competitor. As you can see, he was scouted for that knee, but Blake D'Angelo out the way.
Speaking of double knees, the double knees to the back there of Twisted J by Blake D'Angelo.
Educated feet of Blake D'Angelo.
Drop kicked to the right leg of Twisted J.
That's got to be doing some damage.
Snapmare type maneuver into the turnbuckle.
Going for a second.
It's interesting. Well, I'm not sure what you'd call that.
Might be going for a third one. Going to go for the opposite one again.
And
is he going to go for the quad here?
Twisted J is good. Oh, jeez!
And Twisted J said no.
Punched him directly in the chin.
Twisted J took that punishment and it's sort of woken him back up. He's made another mistake here, has Blake D'Angelo.
Well, he's getting knocked about. It's just another Friday night in Salisbury, isn't it?
I was going to say, it's almost like a horror movie out there with the...
Spear!
Cut him in half with that one.
Blake D'Angelo is down and now potentially kicked out of 2.
And Twisted J can't believe that he kicked out of that spear. We might have to see that again.
cleaned him upside down. Nice spear there by Twisted J.
I'm surprised he's still in one piece.
And Blake D'Angelo, well, Twisted J's dubbed the Nightmare, and I think Blake D'Angelo is about to have nightmares of that spear over and over and over again, Brady.
But more importantly, he's calling for the cutter now. He's ready to finish off Blake D'Angelo.
This is it.
Can't miss. Blake D'Angelo did really well there.
Right in front of the referee. What's the referee doing? He's got him up. Air raid crash possibly. Coming up.
Oh, spiked him on his head with the air raid crash. And this could be a hit for Tristan J. And Blake D'Angelo gets the win.
Well, hang on. He got a low blow on him directly in front of the referee.
I don't know how much I agree with that one.
Where is Betson? Where is Betson? Who's training these referees?
Somewhere behind there. He hasn't shot his face so far tonight.
Mate, he better not. He better not, the way this is going.
Big win for Blake D'Angelo here at MWF Eclipse. Here live and sold out inside the Pakenham Library Hall. Of course, we want to send a huge thank you to Respro Clothing. You can follow Respro Clothing on social media for your latest prints and designs. And remember to follow us on our social media. Of course, as I said, Malice Wrestling across Facebook, X, Instagram, and TikTok. But Brady, coming up next is two men who had a very interesting confrontation at the close of MWF Catalyst. It is the big brute match between the Battle Lord Blake Cudas and the boss, Della Rocco. That is going to be a cracker coming up next.
100%, but you got to give it to these two here. They did leave it all out there for Twisted J. Not able to walk away with the victory against the disrespectful Blake D'Angelo.
Blake D'Angelo not showing his former tag team partner any love whatsoever in this situation.
That's exactly it. Maybe we have to review it and bring him down to PWSA as that referee quite clearly missed something quite important there, Michael.
Absolutely. As Tristan J makes his way to the back, and we are about to get ready for our fourth match of the night.
Ladies and gents, are we enjoying ourselves tonight? Are we ready for more action? The following contest is a singles match, and it is scheduled for one fall. Making their way to the ring first.
This is a match I've been looking forward to most of all, DJ. We saw the social media clip that went up, that went viral all over our socials. As I said to Brady, at the close of MWF Catalyst, where Della Rocco and Blake Cudas met face to face with each other for the first time inside a Malice Wrestling building, not the ring whatsoever. They're about to do that right now. So this is going to be a hard-hitting affair between the Battle Lord and the boss.
Two big, meaty men are about to step in.
Representing the conflict Axiom, he is the Battle Lord, Blake Cudas.
Blake Cudas, a former breakout champion, a former tag team champion alongside James Marshall. This man has held gold, and he's also a former MXW tag team champion too. Is the Battle Lord Blake Cudas. But he's about to take on someone who's not only been in the industry for over a decade, but has also won a lot of gold across numerous promotions. And also, he is a dual sport athlete too, putting himself in the boxing ring too. He's had a couple of fights against the boss, and I think he's won one and he's lost one, so he's not doing too badly in his amateur boxing career so
He's
far.
fighting at a weight class higher than his own weight class. He's actually fighting at cruiserweight. He only weighs 80 kilos, Della Rocco. So he's fighting gigantic monsters in amateur boxing matches. And I asked him, I said, why don't you just drop down a weight class? He says, it's more fun, even if I lose, because I get to have a really hard fight. I swear to God, I'm not making this up.
That definitely sounds like what the boss would say. There we go.
His way to the ring. From the victory.
known as the Stallones. For a very long time, he was in a famous tag team in one of the most premier wrestling promotions here in Melbourne, Brady, and he's won numerous tag teams as part of that tag team, DJ. So it shows that these two men in particular, they know exactly the nuances of tag team wrestling, being former tag team champions.
Well, okay, you're good tag team wrestlers. What can you do when it's one-on-one? When you don't have someone to tag out to? I think Johnny Della doesn't have a problem with that, but Blake Cudas, this is his first match since his last match at Malice Wrestling Federation, which was, I believe, 6 weeks ago?
It was back in July. Of course, he did drop that match to the Brick Shithouse. Jordan Sampson getting the win there was Jordan Sampson. But they literally tore Hampton Park apart, those two, in the main event.
It was crazy. It was a crazy main event. If you haven't seen it yet, go on YouTube and watch it.
Yeah.
But I do need to mention, Blake Cudas hasn't had a match. He's been training hard for this match for the last 6-7 weeks. Johnny Della has been wrestling 2-3 times a week as well as boxing. During that time, will that be a factor in any of this, guys?
I can only see that being a factor here, but I am quite excited to see Johnny Della live and in living colour. I've seen the Battle Lord before down in South Australia. Had the unpleasure, will you?
The displeasure is the word.
That's exactly it.
I was going to say, Johnny Della for a long period of time, for a better part of 5-6 years, he was running Frenchy Gully. Like, Frenchy Gully was his town. It was his hood. He was like, you couldn't step into Frenchy Gully without having to deal with Johnny Della Isn't that right, DJ?
That's right. He went for that bulldog, but Blake Cudas smartly able to roll out of the ring, and he's going to take a powder here, guys. Johnny Della he's very well connected, very well respected.
And you don't want to get on his bad side, because if you get on his bad side, he sends a hit out on you.
He knows people.
He does. He's a powerful man in Melbourne wrestling, Brady.
Is he now?
Don't get on his bad side. Trust me on that one.
This is very unfamiliar territory.
Was going to go for a tope suicida, and Blake Cudas put a stop to that one.
Scouted it perfectly, saw him coming, and threw that giant elbow of his right into the jaw of Johnny Della
So far, Blake Cudas has been in control. He's had Johnny Della number. I think those 6-7 weeks off that he had have actually helped in this situation.
As Johnny Della felt it really hard on the hardest part of the ring, which is the apron there. And Blake Cudas is not going to mince words or mince body.
Straight for the cover
here on the back of Johnny Della
Tried to grapevine the arm on that pin. The cover didn't quite get it, as Blake Cudas is now just kind of toying with him. I think he needs to get on the offense. You can see he's fresh J's. Blake Cudas has always dripped out. Isn't he, Brady?
That's exactly it. Those Jordans are shiny and new, but will they help him walk away with the victory here, Michael?
I mean, they've got to be helping him with the jumping and everything. They say that wearing Jordans helps you jump and dunk and whatnot. Because Johnny Della is a really athletic guy, and Blake Cudas is no slouch either. He's a good high flyer, but can he go toe-to-toe athleticism-wise with someone the caliber of the Boss? Whipped to the corner, and Johnny Della has not had an answer for anything. He has not had an answer for any of Blake Cudas' offense.
Collapsing from that one.
Of course, Blake Cudas came backstage and wasn't too pleased that he had his first loss in a Malice ring, and he lost the main event, the first ever main event of Malice Wrestling. And Johnny Della told him pretty much to calm down. And, well, you don't really often tell people, you don't tell Blake Cudas to calm down that much, do you, DJ?
No. And something I do need to mention here is that even though he's a member of Conflict Axium, they're not out here at ringside. I think he does want to prove that he is a hard wrestler.
I've watched Blake Cudas for a very long time, since he started in pro wrestling.
Sorry, Tom, quick cover.
Here we go.
Ref out of position.
Got the shoulders down, 2 count. Blake Cudas has proven time and time again he doesn't need Conflict Axium out there with him. He's won championships he won singles championships on his own. He didn't have James Marshall. He didn't have Kris Law. He didn't have Luke Resner, Nate Nitro. He didn't have, he didn't have any of those.
Well, look, he would be perfectly fine on his own if he just worked hard, ate his Wheat Bix. He's a good wrestler. He's a very talented athlete, but he obviously lacks the confidence and feels like he needs to roll in a gang to get ahead in wrestling, which, you know what, you could argue that might be the case. However, I really think Blake Cudas could have a much more fruitful career if he just dropped all the dead weight.
So you're calling Conflict Axium dead weight?
Absolutely. Absolutely dead weight.
I don't know how well that's going to go over after they hear that one.
Absolute dead weight. Blake Cudas is a world-class professional wrestler. He doesn't need hangers-on like James Marshall.
You're going to need Rocco to call his boys up to make sure that you're well protected, because the Conflict Axiom hear this.
Brother, he runs French Gully.
Yeah,
I can go anywhere in the southeast. I'm totally fine.
Straight after you, though. What do you think?
Brother, the boss is Maltese and I'm Lebanese. We're basically family.
You're walking a fine line here, DJ. You're walking a very fine line.
I don't even think I'd be walking that one personally.
I think Blake Cudas is about to walk a fine line across to the other side of the ring, but Johnny Della Rocco, he's back.
Close line there from Blake Cudas.
Takes his head off with that one.
Very famously had a very serious back injury a few weeks ago. You just saw him grasp his back and go down. He hasn't moved.
And you got to remember too as well, Blake Cudas did the backdrop.
Covers.
Quick cover. But Blake Cudas dropped Johnny Della Rocco on the apron a few moments ago as well.
He did. He's been targeting the back this whole time, and we just thought he was, toying with him. He definitely had a plan.
He's 100%. He's been studying and making sure he knows where the weak parts are of Johnny Della Rocco, and it is proving very valuable in this one.
Of course, Conflict Axiom at the moment are 1-0 tonight. They want to try and go 2-0. They've got Ryan Zero still in action today against Jackson Shepard and Kris Law against Aiden Osbourne in the main event.
Did Blake Cudas ever wrestle anybody like Kincaid or Ace Wilson?
He did not, but he did take on one of the biggest men in PWSA, Michael Weaver, heavy-set violence, and Twisted J.
My boy Michael Weaver.
Crazy.
My boy Michael Weaver.
The reason I mention it is because Johnny Della Rocco wrestles a quite similar style to Aboriginal assassin Ace Wilson. And I thought maybe Blake Cudas has been, he knows what to do against a guy who wrestles like this. You know what I mean?
100%, and I'm seeing it coming out here. Johnny Della Rocco certainly wanting to pick those parts to take him apart, but he's not finding that opening yet. Will he be able to find that opening and start deconstructing the Battle Lord?
As the old saying goes, there's only one way to find out.
Absolutely, as this man's father would say. Shout out Paul Roberts. I can't believe I'm sitting here with Paul Roberts' son. What a vibe. I knew this kid as a 7-year-old.
It is a pleasure to know SA royalty too, Brady, and I'm very blessed to be sitting alongside you.
That's it. And
If you need a commentator, I'm always happy to do the 8-9 hour drive over to PWSA anytime.
I'll be giving you a call. There's a certain bold man that's on my bad side at the moment.
Speaking of interstate travel, Johnny Della Rocco is flying into Blake Cudas.
Bit of a splash there from Della Rocco. He's starting to feel it now with another splash.
Will his back hold up? His back has taken so much punishment in this match. The amateur there's left-hand jabs.
There's the amateur boxing background of Johnny Della Rocco coming to the forefront in the middle of this Malice ring.
And we're going to get funky.
Oh, not too much, not tonight.
Not getting funky tonight.
But a DDT for his troubles, at least for Blake Cudas by Johnny Della Rocco. And the boss.
The arm goes over.
Cover here. This could be it. And Cudas kicks out.
Quick kick out. Johnny Della Rocco has found that extra burst of adrenaline and immediately started giving him the boxing combos. I don't know if Blake Cudas was ready for that.
100% DJ, but you're seeing it. He's not moving as quickly as he was when this match started. The effects are being felt.
Blake Cudas is in for it.
Almost went for a cradle shock there. Ended up going for more of a driver there than anything else there by Blake Cudas.
It was a very dangerous landing. If Blake Cudas covers now, I think it'll be it.
Della Rocco on that bad back. This could be it here, and Della Rocco kicks out again.
Della Rocco staying in this one, but you can only think how much longer with this much damage to the back can he hold on?
And the problem is, too, Blake Cudas, generally when he puts his opponents up on his shoulders, he goes for the cradle shock. No one's kicked out of the cradle shock.
No.
Blake Cudas has dropped them.
Johnny Della Rocco is still moving, but he's in a bad spot.
Can he manage it?
Oh my God! He lifted the 120-kilo frame of Blake Cudas.
Superman punch! Herniated sciatica, no!
Curtis has been in the industry for 5 years, but that is a veteran-like instinct there from the Battle Lord.
He is a veteran. He's most certainly a veteran, Blake Curtis.
Instincts are super important in this one. Is that all he's acting on? His instincts.
The boss is feeling it now. He's
calling.
He's got the momentum.
He's calling for Superman Punch. One more time.
Blake Curtis has no idea where he is.
Oh no! Spine Buster!
One of the best spine busters in the country today.
Driven through the mat.
Your winner, the Battle Lord, Blake Curtis.
What a crazy match. Johnny Della Rocco got his spine completely rearranged by the Battle Lord. And Conflict Axium is doing pretty well tonight.
2-0 so far tonight for Conflict Axiom here at MWF Eclipse.
And he did it with nobody at ringside with him. Nobody can say that this man needed his lackeys to win.
Do you want to retract your statement, or are you happy with it?
Well, look, I said that he has a bunch of hanger-ons and Blake Curtis is an amazing wrestler. I'm not retracting that statement.
That's fair enough. Of course, we want to send a huge thank you to our production company, Hand Production, led by Ben Aberley and the entire team who worked so hard behind the scenes, especially for our production and our work. Make sure you hit hand up for your next shoot or photography or anything you want to do. And of course, the boss and the Battle Lord, they went to war.
Once again, the Battle Lord, Blake Curtis.
Demanding it be re-announced.
So nice.
People here in Pakenham know.
So nice, we had to hear it twice.
The boss and the Battle Lord went to war tonight.
Joining me now is Johnny Della Rocco. Now, how are you feeling after that harsh defeat?
Just artist, you mind ducking down a little bit?
I gotcha.
So I look a bit taller. Look, at the end of the day, I've got no excuses. Blake Curtis is a hell of a competitor. He's a big, tough bastard, and he was the better man today. But I'll be back. I can guarantee you that, Malice.
Yeah, you're damn right. He was the better man. And what were you? Well, what happened? What happened out there? Tell the people, what happened out there?
Listen, you want to run your mouth against a man who has just been through hell? You want to fight? Let's go out there right now. We'll do it in front of these people while it's intermission. I don't give a rat's ass.
No. I'm not signed on to compete tonight. So, I'm just going to have to wait. Maybe I'll see you sooner than you think.
Any comment? Looks like we're in for a fight.
Let's introduce the next match. The following contest is scheduled for one fall.
Whoa! What the hell? Ego, what is this maniac doing here?
And let's see some damn respect from Malice.
So Blake D'Angelo hijacked MWF Catalyst, now EVO's hijacking Eclipse.
2 months ago, and I'm winning, and I get treated like dirt ever since. Nothing but disrespect. I did nothing. I won my match. And Malice goes on a smear campaign against me. I've got people making holler Instagram accounts just to mock me.
Whoa. He was technically unbooked.
He's not meant to be here right now. What are they going to do? Not pay him? He can say what he wants.
Disrespect in this business for the last year of my career. I'm over it. And you idiots, you all just think it's funny. Huh? You think it's funny? Get out of my face. Get out of my face. I don't want to hear it. You say you're not fucking stupid on you.
Jesus.
What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? No damn.
Norris looks like he's going to murder someone.
Especially not you, big boy.
Uh-oh. Don't want to mess with Wrestle Dad.
We need to get some control here.
And I'm not leaving this ring till I am. I've won my opportunity.
Don't mess with Norris. Speaking of which,
He was unbooked. He drove 6 hours.
Wait.
EVO fairly livid.
So for those that may not know me as well as I know EVO, my name is Ryan Betson and I am your commissioner here at Malice. Now EVO, what's the challenge, dude? You know what the problem is! You booked me to be here at the last show. I won! I beat that stupid masked moron! And then you're going to go and tell me I was unbooked and send you social media team on a smear campaign against me! I have every right to feel the way I feel!
He's justified.
I'm an opportunity person! You know what? Look, I said you and I have history. We've not liked each other for a very long time. Now, normally I'm sitting over that side behind the commentary table, using my words. However, in this new role as commissioner, I want to be a professional. And you know what? About time. You are absolutely correct. You did win last time. You should have had a match tonight. But I had a solid card to put together. How about this? November 29th in Mornington at Malice Supremacy, I'll give you that opportunity. Damn right you will.
We're just unbooking
That
again.
opportunity is to take part in our 30-man rumble.
Everyone loves a good rumble.
That's good. Cool. I like that because I'm going to win. So, this is where it gets fun, right? So, November, it's my birthday month, and I want to give myself a nice little present. EVO, I want to see you take on and probably get whooped by 29 different people. So, come November 29th in Mornington, you will be entering at number 1. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Oh, the irony.
Shut up! Shut your mouth! No, you didn't even do what I do! I would slap the piss out of all of you! Calm down! You are not booked to be here! So if you touch anyone, you continue to threaten anyone, I will fire you as quick as I can. So I don't want you, you better not touch a single person, no crew, none of these amazing people, none of these talents out the back. Actually, you know what? Security, let's get him out of here. He's not meant to be here.
A great call by the commish.
Ryan Betson, talent and laying down the law on
I
EVO.
said I don't recommend you touch anybody. However, I dare you to touch Norris.
You don't want to touch Wrestle Dad. Norris will mess you up.
Hey, Pakenham!
EVO just making his way out. The irony, November 29, he'll have to beat 29 other people in that Supremacy Rumble.
Number one at MWF Supremacy. Well, it is the biggest show of the year. We are expecting upwards of 400 plus inside the Peninsula Community Theatre, Saturday, November 29. Tickets will sell out quickly. And guess what, guys? You can get your tickets right now. All thanks to our ticketing partner, Humanitix. Head over there, type in Malice Pro Wrestling or Malice Wrestling Federation, and make sure you get your tickets for MWF Supremacy, as EVO is literally being marched outside the library hall. He's got to be quiet though, because there's a library next door.
I mean, you gotta be silent.
Axium.
Don't want to be rude in the library.
Are we ready for more action tonight?
Speaking of rudeness,
The following contest is a singles match and it is scheduled for 1 fall. Making their way to the ring first.
I knew that I'd find you here.
At long last, we finally come face to face.
Which is a little bit different for you, isn't it, considering you're normally the big dog around here. But I was at the last Malice show. I watched you, and you dropped the ball. You lost to Kobe.
No, you know what? You're right. I did lose. But there's some things you should know, Tarlee. See, I've seen that you're incredible. I know that you can do brilliant things. But what you should know is that wherever I go, I am top of the food chain. I am one of the best to grace the canvas wherever you go.
And tell me, where's that? Seaford? Have you ever left Seaford? Have you ever left Victoria? Have you ever left Australia? Have you travelled the world like I have? Tell me, how can you be the best when the furthest you've gone is down the road?
That's cute. That's real cute. Doubting me? That's your first mistake. Underestimating me? That'll be your last.
We'll see about that. And I'll see you at Pakenham. It's cute.
As I was saying, the match I'm personally looking forward to the most, the star Tarlee.
This is going to be a huge one, DJ.
And you can hear the crowd is firmly behind the First Lady of Cuda Country.
This is a generational battle between two single superstars.
Is scheduled for one fall. Making their way to the ring first.
Generational battle. Both women have dominated this sport for a better part of 3 to 4 years. And here comes the First Lady of Cuda Country.
Exactly, Michael. Pakenham has become Cuda Country.
Nicholls has dominated the pro wrestling scene here in Melbourne for a better part of the last 2 to 3 years. A multi-time breakout champion, multi-time champion. This woman has broken down a lot of barriers over her journey in this sport.
Hey, Tomo, here's something interesting. This is Malice Wrestling Federation's first ever straight female versus female singles match.
It is.
And this could be the main event of any show in Australia. Do not adjust your screens because the future is as bright and as green as it appears for this young lady right here.
Here comes the star, Tarlee. Since I've been in the United States in particular, but she's won many championships over her time.
She just got back from APAC in, I believe, Malaysia, wrestling against Kurosawa from Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling, and women's wrestling icon Mio Shirai, the older sister of Io Sky. She literally beat them for the APAC Women's Championship. We are very, very blessed to have this woman in our presence here tonight in Pakenham.
Wow, DJ actually got a fact right for once. Premium Malaysian Pro Wrestling APAC.
Brother, do some research. I'm begging you. I actually got a fact straight. Learn this wrestling news, brother.
You've done well for once.
We are going to strap in for this one. This is for sure going to be an interesting match.
Yeah, because so much well-researched stuff and I got made fun of for it. It's ridiculous.
Don't worry, DJ. I'd never do that to you.
Tarlee versus Nicholls, the generational battle between these two. And we are underway for this one.
Literal main event, almost anywhere in the world. Nova Nicholls, Tarlee, big fight, feel.
We are lucky enough to be here live and in living colour, experiencing this one.
And there's a bit of subtext to this story here, Tomo, because this isn't just two of the best.
Wait,
what the hell?
What the?
This is Savannah Rose music. What the hell? She was scheduled to perform. She had to pull out because of an injury.
The has-been Harlequin has got the best seat in the house for this one, DJ.
She's going to park her keister on the stage, and I think the point she's making is she wants the winner.
Well, recently, it's supposed to be a three-way match between these three individuals, and of course, as mentioned, Savannah Rowe had to pull out due to an injury, but Savannah wants to make her presence known inside the Pakenham Hall here at Malice.
Well, let's give her some credit. She was injured, but she still turned up for a booking. That's very professional of her to still show up for a show that she was initially advertised for. But what the hell is she going to do in this match?
She's the X Factor because she doesn't like Nova and she doesn't like Tarlee, Brady. That's the problem.
We got Frankie Grant on ringside too.
Exactly it. And how will it throw off these two competitors' game? Getting distracted by a person sitting on the stage is not the way to go.
Oh my God, look, she's looking at us.
She's looking at me, please don't.
Look at this.
I haven't gone to the toilet yet, please don't look at me.
That's very scary. And
I'm like 4 beers down, please don't look at me. It will get very wet here very soon.
she gives me the icks, does Savannah Rowe, because
Nova Eclipse!
I don't know what to expect from her, and she's looking at us weirdly.
Tarlee ducks her clothes on, catches herself.
Back to the action note here, and I'm very
I don't know how ready Nova is for someone the caliber of Tarlee.
Stand-up insecurity there from Tarlee.
But you've got to give it to Nova. Plenty of experience in big matches like this one, and she's walked away with the victory plenty of times before.
Look, she's got the heart, she's got the toughness, but Tarlee is a different level of competitor.
I will say this about Nova, she's got to learn so much about herself in this match tonight against someone like Tarlee.
Well, she's learning that she can't be knocked down by her shoulder blocks, despite the fact that Tarlee is a shoot 186 centimeters tall. She's gigantic.
What is she compared to Shaun Young in regards to the height factor?
Let's just say that. Let's just say Shaun Young would be prime position to enjoy a lot of her better assets. I didn't say it, you did. As Nova Nicholls is knocked down, proving my point here that Tarlee is quite dominant in the ring here, Tomo.
Absolutely, Tarlee.
But Brady, is this the first time seeing Tarlee?
It's the first time seeing both of these competitors live, and I am strapped in for this one. I'm so excited to see what these
Don't get too excited. Don't get too excited.
Nova's back up to a vertical base, and Tarlee,
which is a big mistake.
having a conversation with Nova in the middle of the ring, and it's not going to full effect. Of course, Tarlee has won numerous championships.
Hold down, like it was nothing. Tarlee is one of the bigger performers here, not a bigger woman, like literally one of the larger performers on this show. She knocked it down like it was nothing.
Absolutely.
I'm not trying to say she's big, but she's quite tall.
Nova,
she's a large individual.
Nova taking full advantage, and I think Nova's on top of this one in the early going to this match.
Inviting her back into the ring. Say what you want about Nova's experience. There's nobody tougher. There's nobody tougher than Nova Nicholls.
And Red Stacey's doing a fantastic job, by the way, in the ring.
The confidence is really oozing off of Nova Nicholls here.
This was not Tarlee's first rodeo.
Tarlee
trying to get in the ring. He's like getting the rep to keep it back, get some separation.
And that's what Nova wants. That's what Tarlee wants from Ref JC. And Ref JC almost got taken out too. So did Nova. Nova read that nicely like a book. And Nova is on top in this one.
Here we go.
Nova the 5+ year veteran.
It's going to hurt so much with those studs in her gear too.
Snapmare there from Nova.
Nova with those chains on the front of her gear.
Big splash.
This could be it.
This could be it here now for Tarlee.
What an upset. What an upset it would be if Nova Nicholls could beat the internationally recognised the APAC Women's Championship right here in Pakenham, Tomo.
Of course, she's won championships at Renegades of Wrestling too, is Tarlee.
Has she?
Yeah.
It's good to know.
Do your research.
I should.
Solid block there from Nova to Tarlee.
Wrestling Vixen and Miss Fortune teaming with Katie Lux next Friday night, but by the time you watch this on YouTube, that will have been well past.
Well, it was one thing, it was one event that you can definitely get your head wrapped around, and that is our next event, MWF Supremacy at the Peninsula Community Theatre, Saturday, November 29th, of course. Tickets are available via the QR code on the bottom left of your screen right now. Make sure you head to Humanitix or scan that QR code and it'll get you straight access to the tickets to what's going to be our biggest show. 30 men, 30 superstars, only one can reign.
There may be some women in that. You don't know that. I could see Tarlee being in that match. I could see Tarlee winning it, to be honest. Oh, God.
100%.
My God.
I could see Tarlee not throwing EVO over the top rope.
I could see Tarlee throwing 29 other dudes over the top. What is this Rumble for? What does the winner get?
Well, you go follow the socials and find out.
I'm keen.
The commissioner is keeping us on the edge of our seats, just like the action in the ring right now.
Absolutely. Commissioner Benson. I've heard he's a crap poker player, but he keeps his cards close to his chest.
As Nova Nicholls PK'd out of her spine, Tarlee has found her groove, and Miss Nicholls is in a bad position here, Brady.
This one could turn scary quick, snapping her to the mat, dropping her like she's nothing.
Here it comes.
Oh, disrespect.
But even worse, leg scissors. She's going to have the oxygen cut off from her brain very quickly. Nova Nicholls needs to find a way out of this. There's nobody in Aussie wrestling with stronger legs than Tarlee. It's well documented.
Absolutely, and of course,
she can crush coconuts with those legs.
Squeezing the life out of her.
This could be it.
2 count on that one.
Very smart there by Nova.
But Tarlee not allowing Nova to get that separation, knocking her back down by the hair.
Quick stomp there to the sternum of Nova by Tarlee.
Tarlee trying to make sure Nova stays on the mat, grounded, not able to get above Tarlee.
Savannah Rose is talking to herself. There's no camera on her, and she's reciting Shakespeare to us. As Tarlee chokes the life out of Nova Nicholls, the ref checks to make sure that it's not a choke. Tarlee is firmly in control of this contest, guys.
People got to forget as well, Frankie Grime and Savannah Rowe are ringside. Savannah Rowe is in a neutral position where nice back drop there, suplex by Nova, but Frankie Grime is in the corner.
Nova covers.
The first lady of Cudas Country, Nova Nicholls, that's only a 2 count.
What's she going for now?
Jaguar cover.
Quick cover. Back to the
into the head scissors.
Nice head scissors there from Tarlee.
Choking the daylights out of Nova.
And I don't mean to be crass, but I'm fairly certain Tarlee has bigger thighs than Frankie Grimes' entire body. Imagine being scissored by 2 Frankie Grimes.
DJ, this is a children's show.
I didn't. Bro, she has strong legs. You can see them. You can see them.
Oh, here we go. Driving the head into the mat.
Here's your children's show. Here's your children's show.
Shades of Stephanie Vicaire, by the way.
Is it?
Quick cover. What's the wrestling, bro? Quick cover.
Trying to teach the ref how to count is Tarlee.
Tarlee was expecting the 3 off of that one.
I mean, she's held the 3 counts in probably Chinese or Malay so many times. Maybe she shouldn't count in English.
And she's looking straight at Savannah Rowe. Oh, straight uppercut there from Tarlee. Got to sweep Nova down. And Tarlee, the star, has got Nova.
Children's show, Michael. Children's show.
And Tarlee's got Nova. And the repossession hip attack straight to the head of Nova. And adding insult to injury is Tarlee right now on Nova Nicholls.
Tarlee is just toying with her, just disrespecting her. In front of her fans, in front of her peers.
In front of Cudas Country.
In front of Cudas Country. What? In Cudas Country.
We are.
She's caught.
Good catch there from Nova.
She's caught.
Trying Bobby go for a German. Great elbows there from Tarlee. Trying to get out of dodge.
Ripcords.
Nova, sidewalk, spinning sidewalk slam. And that is vintage Nova Nicholls, Brady.
Here she comes. It's the opening. Has she found the opening? Really making sure, trying to get on top of Tarlee now.
Tarlee holding her left arm. It must be hurt. Spine buster.
Drop to the mat.
And Nova Nicholls goes straight for the cover.
This could be it here for Tarlee, and Tarlee says no.
What an upset it would be if Nova Nicholls could beat the internationally recognised Malaysian women's champion. We'd like to get passports and flights booked for Nova Nicholls, I'd imagine. This is not a title match, obviously, but you'd think there'd be some consideration.
They've got to be watching.
They're champions in the ring.
No, might be going for the supernova there, Nova Nicholls. Tarlee going for the crucifix pin potentially.
She's got her caught.
In a crucifix position, but how low is it?
She's looking for a mounting atami type position. Opts for the sleeper instead.
And Nova backs her back into the turnbuckle.
There's a lot of back to hit that turnbuckle, let's just say. I hope Norris's ring is okay. Hold on!
Oh.
Dodges!
Good reversal there by Tarlee. Nice hip attack. Again.
Almost sends her into the post as well.
Almost sent her straight into Savannah Rowe. It was that physical.
A lot of upper third-based offense by this young lady as she repositions herself on the top rope. But Nova's right there.
Look at Tarlee fighting back over Nova.
And if there's anything Nova can do, it's throw really painful punches.
But I must point out here, guys, Nova's been holding in this one quite well as they go up to that middle rope.
Not good.
Oh, you don't think they're going to be going for it, DJ?
We've got the low ceiling here. Pakenham Town Hall, lovely venue, but...
Send the bill the bet.
Here we go.
Send the bill the bets in if it gets broken.
Tarlee's in position.
She's holding on.
Dangerous.
Nova holds on for dear life. And Tarlee.
What's dangerous in Mandarin?
Been eaten with right hands there by Nova.
What's dangerous in Mandarin? We've got to yell it for the Malaysian crowd. As Nova Nicholls makes... No, she's repositioning herself now.
Middle.
Smart thinking by Nova.
Going upwards, cross body. Hits nicely. Quick cover. And Tarlee kicks out again.
Just plucks that shoulder off the mat at the last possible moment. Nova coming crashing down on you like that is a lot for her to bear this late in the matchup.
This match continues middle of the ring, and both of these girls are going that extra mile and they're not giving an inch to this one, DJ.
I don't know if the cameras are catching it, but Savannah Rowe has been talking to herself and clapping this whole time during this match.
She's excited. She's enjoying the action in the middle of the ring.
Brother, I'm getting a first row seat to a Tarlee match, and I'll tell you now, I don't think I paid enough for it.
That's probably the nicest compliment you've ever given anyone inside the squared circle, DJ. Well done.
You make me out to be such a you make me out to be such a dog.
It's getting personal now in the middle of the ring.
Forearms.
Shot here in Pakenham.
And Brady, you're a big boy. Have you ever seen chops like this?
Oh, honestly, I haven't, DJ. They are taking each other to war here at Eclipse. Oh!
Big drop kick. I've been to the Roberts family barbecue, man. Crazy Cudas. 1, 2. Oh!
Nova kicks out.
Very last second. Nova Nicholls stays in the game.
CJ, 2 and 9 tenths. I don't know if it can get much closer.
And Tom, I was going to mention the Roberts family, very famously, all very large dudes. The family barbecues, they serve up chops, but they have not served up chops the way that Tarlee has.
Yeah. It's getting brutal now, just stomping on the side of the head.
Shout out Hunter. Shout out Hunter Roberts.
Tarlee is starting to get a bit frustrated as the fans are firmly behind the Supernova, the Galactic Glamazon, the First Lady of Cuda Country in this one. Here we go.
She gets out of it.
Firewomen's carry, I should say.
Up on his shoulders. Tarlee says, I'm going to do it instead. Look at the strength of Tarlee. Nova trying to get out of dodge. She does.
Off the ropes.
Quickly, Supernova. Supernova.
We're not going to slow on this movie.
Quick cover here for Nova. Nova gets a big victory.
What a set!
Supernova by Nova Nicholls gets the job done, Brady. What a upset in this one.
Nova shining brighter than the star tonight. She has defeated an international wrestling superstar in the middle of that ring here at MWF Eclipse.
Wait, and Savannah's even happy for her.
Savannah, look at her. That disturbed almost look across her face.
Maybe Savannah wants to be part of the Cudas.
Savannah Rowe looking at the referee.
Look at the look on Tarlee's face. She cannot believe. Tarlee cannot believe what just happened.
She's just been embarrassed by Nova Nicholls and almost going to be embarrassed by Savannah Rowe. Tarlee looking at Nova Nicholls from the opposite side of the ring.
The Southeast Asian Women's Champ, that big
doubt, potentially, guys, come November, these two might meet face-to-face in the MWF Supremacy Rumble in November.
Blows a kiss to Tarlee as she walks to the back and is quietly happy with the result of this one. Nova's seems to be a bit confused.
So is Nova and Frankie Grind. They've got no idea how to act for someone like Savannah Rowe.
Savannah Rowe, she didn't get involved. All she did was watch. But you gotta think she wants a piece of Nova Nicholls, brother.
Of course, we want to thank the collective. They're back up and running for season 2025 and 26. And guess what, Brady? They're a small live sports streaming company, home of the NBL and WNBL. And you can catch every single Adelaide 36ers, Melbourne United, and Southeast Melbourne Phoenix home game this season only on the collective. Via the Mixler app or the collective.au.net.
Making their way to the ring first.
Here we go. Here comes Ryan Zero, accompanied by his Pookie, James Marshall.
I can't think of anything worse than James Marshall.
Social media, Jackson Shepard has openly said that he's going to embarrass Ryan Zero right in front of his Pookie and James Marshall. And this is an opportunity for Jackson Shepard to do just that to Ryan Zero and to the Pookie and James Marshall here, Brady.
May I add, Ryan Zero is the only international member of Conflict Axiom.
What about Som? Valid question. Nobody answers. Valid question.
Moving forward, here comes the massive pick, Jackson Shepard.
Here comes Jackson Shepard.
Look at the shape this man has gotten into.
Standardized paradox, Jackson Shepard.
Now following up on that comments of his amazing shape, I actually had to chat to him earlier today, and he said he's been working hard in the gym. He's been on that body biz program, and he's down 10 kilograms.
That's insane.
That's the best shape so far I've seen Jackson Shepard in, and I think Ryan Zero is going to have some issues in this one.
He's roughly half the size of the last time we saw him at the first Malice event.
Oh, all right, here we go. Here comes the Pookie and James Marshall.
James Marshall is the worst person I think I've ever seen walking the face of the earth.
Oh, I was going to say, because I've got friends outside of this business, guys, that I consider Pookies. Pookies? Shout out to Lincoln Allen and Ben Lyon, by the way. But in saying that, why would you be a Pookie of James Marshall? Like, that would be the worst thing ever to bestow on someone. Like, Ryan Zero could do so much better.
I can't think of anything worse than James Marshall, and I'm quite familiar with this man. He's been leading Conflict Axiom into South Australia, invading PWSA for months and months and months, and ruined one of our biggest events of the year, Super Slam. Only time will tell when they will get their justice.
I'm so sorry that you've had to endure that. There's a waiting for Ref Bonnie to officially...
Waiting for Ryan Zero to stop being distracted, which is not the way you want to walk into a match like this against Jackson Shepard, who is in the best shape of his career so far.
Well, a very, very good evening to all of our New Zealand friends over there. Of course, Ryan Zero is from the windiest city of New Zealand. He's from the great windy city of Wellington.
He's a Wellington boy.
So, can tell you about Wellington, the only good thing, and I got to speak to Ryan Zero about this a couple of days ago, the only good thing they've got is the pretty cool cable car that pushes you up to the top of Wellington.
Well, that's simply not true. The other cool thing they have is about 1 million people who speak with a funny accent. So it's just not patently false, Tomo. Here we go, Roman, knuckle lock challenge. Jackson Shepard says screw it.
Hello to our New Zealand friends. Please don't switch off.
I believe they call it what's the word? Altera.
Oh, don't.
Off the ropes now, still holding on to that headlock, squeezing tight, trying to cut the oxygen supply to the brain.
And a big chew to the New Zealand fans watching.
I think the words you're looking for are Kia ora.
No, chew.
No, Kia ora.
That's different.
No, that's hello.
I'm not trying to say hello to anyone.
That's hello Maori.
This is how Maori people chill.
Imagine how bad you two are without me here.
Straight headlock here from Jackson Shepard.
Brady, welcome to Melbourne, brother.
I got to put this guy on a leash sometimes. My goodness.
Big side headlock squeezing the life out of Ryan Zero. Is young Jackson Shepard.
There's a reason why I'm losing my head, Brady.
And the massive fancy goes down. 2.
Got a 2 count after that one. Actually quite surprising early on in this one. Wrenching at the hair, the dirty tactics.
Good reversal there by Ryan Zero. As we know, the Pookie James Marshall is at ringside right now.
I like that we're calling him Pookie now. Pookie seems to fit him way better than James Marshall.
He probably prefers to be called Pookie than Wanker, but he still is a wanker.
Wanker Pookie Wanker? New gimmick, perhaps?
Ryan Zero on top of Jackson Shepard in this one.
Ryan Zero, what's this guy's background? How long has he been wrestling?
He's been wrestling now for about 3-4 years across New Zealand. He was part of Heathen's Combat.
Okay.
As well. He's wrestled in numerous New Zealand promotions across.
Shout out Vic Craig and JT Hollow from Heathen Combat.
Incredible competitor is Ryan Zero. And now he's trying to make his mark here inside the Malice Arena.
Well, look, I'll tell you now, if he's working regularly with guys like Vic Craig and JT Hollow, he must be the goods. And you're seeing it here now. Armringer straight into the full Nelson, that's right.
Showing his technical abilities.
Recover here by Jackson Shepard is good here. And Ryan Zero kicks out at 1.
So far, a very controlled pace and matchup by Jackson Shepard. He's not letting Ryan Zero get on top. And that is probably the smartest move here, especially with James Marshall at ringside.
And Ryan Zero is trying to be calmed down by his Pookie and James Marshall, which Jackson Shepard wants to try and maybe give him a right hand eventually.
Oh, no, and here's Marshall playing into it again.
Of course, James Marshall also not medically cleared to compete tonight because he was injured quite badly in that 3-way hardcore match back at Catalyst.
That's right, copped a concussion in that match. He spent the night in hospital. It was a very scary situation. He didn't know where he was.
He didn't know what country, he didn't know what wrestling company he just wrestled for.
He was convinced he won the match.
Yep.
He was like, it doesn't matter that I got concussed, at least I won. I was like, Marshall, that's a bad news.
Let's just say the doctors at the Cranbourne Hospital had to tell him otherwise.
That wouldn't have gone over well.
They have a hospital in Cranbourne now?
Yes.
I thought they basically just took the rates and pay them out to all the classes.
We'd have to get too
I didn't realize like Casey Council actually provided services.
Hey, DJ show.
Hey. What was it, PG?
You're bad-mouthing.
Casey Council, I'm not bad-mouthing.
You're bad-mouthing the council that...
I may or may not be insinuating that there may be some corruption on that council. I mean, you decide.
And Ryan Zero bad-mouthing the referee right now.
Speaking of corruption, we got some corruption with these officials right here.
Oh, wait. And what you guys...
Brady was looking right at Marshall when that happened.
I was going to say, what you guys didn't realise too is that Ryan Zero tried to pay Ref Bonnie last night for the victory. He tried to get an easy win. He ran at Ref Bonnie in his back pocket.
He just touched the referee.
And Ref Bonnie said no, thank you.
Quite clearly, this is playing a big part in this matchup because he's spending a bit of time jaw-jacking with the referee.
I mean, she's a bit of a timepiece though, wouldn't you?
Oh, face first into that turnbuckle. That was brutal.
I might take a minute to say what's up to her, you know, if I was wrestling. Ryan Zero is very confident. He hasn't even broken a sweat yet.
Here we go. Quick soup here by Ryan Zero, middle of the ring. Covers Shepard here for a cover and only one.
Only a one count on that one.
He barely got the one. I'm very impressed with how technically sound Ryan Zero is for a bigger guy. He's not quite tanned and jacked, and he doesn't quite have the six-pack, but he's incredibly smooth in the ring.
I mean, I was going to say Jackson Shepard's also getting into some really good shape, especially with Summer coming around. Nice clothesline there by Ryan Zero into another cover here on Jackson Shepard, and a one count again.
Well, Ryan Zero reminds me of someone like a Kris Law, like a Joel Bateman, someone that's been wrestling for way too long and just looks way too comfortable going through the transitions and reversals. The guy is clearly much better than his reputation precedes.
And of course, Ryan Zero's had nothing but control in this entire matchup right now. What does Jackson Shepard need to do here, Brady, to get back into it? Because Ryan Zero is dictating the pace that this match goes.
100%. He's got to find these times like this where he's backing up and he's spending too much time jaw-jacking with the referee. Right now is an amazing time, but then you've got the outside factor of James Marshall.
Well, he's not jaw-jacking with the referee. He's distracting the referee so that James Marshall can get involved. And Bonnie Byrne is just getting frustrated. She's a fiery redhead and she has a bad temper.
The great James Marshall putting his hands where it doesn't belong. He shouldn't be out here, to be honest.
Snap man, why Zero?
Don't know why he's out here.
He's shushing the crowd. Oh!
Didn't realise how popular soccer was in New Zealand. Oh wait, yes I do. They've got a team called the Wellington Phoenix. Actually no, Auckland FC's better.
You and two people got that, bro. 1, 2. We're in the Southern Hemisphere. Stop talking about soccer.
We've got a league called the A-League, bro.
Do we?
Yes.
Big friggin' deal. Nobody watches it.
We see some A-League wrestling.
That's right. That's right. Give us some references we recognize.
Quick headlock here for Ryan Zero and Jackson Shepard, and the fans are starting to get Shepard back into this one.
Otherwise, James Marshall would call this a little bit of tech.
A little bit of tech. As the Mass Effect tries to make his way back to his feet, he needs to get out of this predicament.
Oh, as he tried to, Ryan Zero pulls the hair back of Shepard.
Flipping off the referee.
I mean, Bonnie Byrne and Ryan Zero. Is the match between Jackson Shepard and Ryan Zero or Bonnie Byrne and Ryan Zero? I honestly can't tell.
It's almost evening up the odds with James Marshall.
I feel like it's a tag team match at this point. It's like, brother, just tag Skyler in.
By the way, that was for you, DJ. Here goes Shepard. Sidewalk slam. Quick sidewalk slam here by Shepard on Zero.
Just a 2 on that one. It was quite a near fall, actually.
Oh, James Marshall gets involved.
What's going on here?
Just to check this guy. Get him out of here. He's ruining this matchup.
Well, why isn't the referee doing anything about it?
I will say this though, there's nothing pooky about what James Marshall just did.
Nah, James Marshall is definitely not Bay for that.
No.
Definitely not Bay. He's lost his Bay status.
Did he ever have it?
I mean, he's cute, come on.
No, he's not.
He can be a nice guy.
No, speaking of nice guys, the nice guy in the corner right now, Ryan Jackson Shepard has just been cannonballed by someone not too nice in Ryan Zero. Quick cut here by Zero.
Bonnie Byrne out of position, 2.
And Bonnie Byrne took way too long there to get into the right position. It should have been a 3.
She's still inexperienced as a referee. Occasionally she can be out of position and miss those really necessary pinfalls. Like, those half seconds really count.
But then the other element of play, maybe she took a bit longer on purpose.
I mean, she might have. I mean, she can't be too happy with Ryan Zero right now.
Every second counts, they say, DJ.
What's going on?
Another cannonball.
Oh, one misses.
Jackson Shepard gets out of dodge this time around on the second attempt.
Ryan Zero landed on his head on that one. I'm not sure if he's okay.
His tailbone went right into that turnbuckle.
Ryan Zero asking ref Bonnie, why didn't you help me there in that situation? And Bonnie probably told him to get lost. Shepard, upwards.
Atomic drop.
Up. Standing neck breaker there from Shepard. Quick cover here. This could be it. And a 2 counts.
Only 2, says referee, Bonnie Byrne.
Ryan Zero certainly feeling the effects of this one.
And Shep's looking for the spear. He's put many oppositions away. Here's the
What is going on here? What is this crap?
No.
Here we go.
He's trying to get involved.
Spear to James Marshall.
Right, and Jackson Shepard did say he was going to spear Ryan Zero's Pookie, and that's what he just did.
Destroyed by this.
The Pookie goes down, and so does Ryan And this could be it for Conflict Axiom.
What an amazing matchup that was.
Jackson Shepard with a big win over Ryan Zero, and said goodbye to the Pookie and James Marshall because he got exactly what he deserved, boys.
Overcoming that 2-on-1 disadvantage. I mean, the referee could have been a bit more helpful in that situation.
The referee could have, just gotten James Marshall out of there. He got involved with the match several times. I don't know why Barney Byrne is being so lenient, but it didn't matter in the end because the Mass Effect, Jackson Shepard gave Conflict Axiom their first L of the evening.
And look at Ryan Zero going straight back to his Pookie and James Marshall. And look at Shepard. When you see the words adding insult to injury, you're seeing the adding insult to injury at the forefront right there.
That's it. Adding insult to injury, the disrespect. But of course, Conflict Axiom showed plenty of their own during this one. So I think it's their just desserts.
Absolutely. Absolutely it is. And Conflict Axiom deserved everything they got.
Now they can go back to the hole they crawled out of.
Where they belong.
Honestly, Michael.
And of course, we wouldn't have our ring tonight without our incredible team of Dave Niles and Mel Conroy. Platinum Ring Highs, your one-stop shop for ring highs for your next event. Hit up Dave and Mel, two of the most absolute best in the business. Remember to follow Platinum Ring High on social media.
I'm standing here with Tarlee. Now, how are you feeling after that defeat?
You know, that is not the question you need to be asking me. The question you need to be asking me is what the hell was Savannah doing out there? What the hell was Nova doing with another member of the Cudas out there? Okay, I was basically ganged up on in that match. It was Nova, it was that random guy, it was Savannah. I had the entire Pakenham family inbreds here yelling at me. That was basically a handicap match out there, and I know that you saw it. I know that Malice saw it. Alrighty, that was unfair. Nova is not better than Tarlee, and if we had a square and even match, I would have proved that tonight. So next time, Nova, next time, Savannah, you guys better watch it.
Are we ready for some more action? Are we ready for some tag team action? The following contest is a tag team match, and it is scheduled for one fall. Making their way to the ring first.
So originally this was supposed to be JP Hargraves and Marco Del Lago, but of course JP Hargraves taking some time away from pro wrestling, and we do wish the director all the very best, and hopefully we see him back in the ring. I got to watch him wrestle his last match last week. He put up a fantastic fight against Natasha Valentine, but I'm wishing him all the very best because he is a prodigious talent in this country, JP Hargraves.
100%. I was quite excited to see him live here tonight, but of course we've got to see what replacement was found.
So the Golden God himself in Marco Del Lago. Tag team partner tonight since JP Hargraves had to pull out. We're going to find out actually.
We're going to find out now.
Alright, listen up, you bunch of Pakenham peasants. I just have a few things to say. So, in the words of the wisest man, The Miz, when my hand goes up, your mouth goes shut.
We're doing WWE mid-card bits on this show now.
Alright, so what you need to do is close your ugly little lips attached to your ugly little faces, okay? Not all of you, I mean, you're pretty hot. You're pretty hot, okay? Yeah. Look, my tag team partner, the director has decided to take a step back from professional wrestling. But it's okay because the last time I saw him, I smashed him over the head with a championship belt and stabbed him in the eye with an Oscar. So let's not talk about that, let's not talk about that. So, I need a new tag team partner, and Hollywood always delivers. So, my tag team partner, he is big, he is strong, he is sexy, and he is better than all of you. Even
graduates out of the relentless school of pro wrestling.
If you've never seen Paul Fury in the ring before, you are in for a treat.
That will be for sure. But will it be enough to take on their opponents?
Exactly. I don't know if these guys have ever taken on a team quite like these two men here.
Once again, Pakenham becomes Cuda country.
For the first time when we saw a member of the Cudas, have you ever been told about Cuda juice?
I have never been told about it. What is Cuda juice?
So, we don't know what Cuda juice is, but all we know is that it is a top secret juice brewed up in the most remote part of Victoria in Mildura, and they have security looking after the secret stash 24/7. That is true up in Mildura.
It's just the Mildura apple juice, isn't it? You can just get that at Coles.
No, it's not.
What are you talking about?
Well, the question is the Cuda juice going to affect their performance? Is it going to improve their performance here?
Are they taking performance-enhancing substances? Is that what you're trying to tell us, Sabo?
Probably. I mean, I've never had Cuda juice myself, so I don't even know what is in that Cuda juice.
There's only one way to find out. I hope they serve it over ice.
But they've got a lot of Cudas up in Mildura who are currently guarding the secret of Cuda juice.
Well, first of all, sir, Ace Shack is from Horsham. Let's just make that clear.
Yeah, but he's an adopted Mildurian.
I mean, there's just, anywhere within a 3-hour distance is basically the same city.
I mean, Mildura's closer to Horsham than it is here.
No, it's very much closer. It's closer to Adelaide than it is here. And of course, Brady, you're probably familiar with the goings-on in Mildura and Horsham and stuff.
100%. Always keeping an eye out on those areas. Of course, Ashak, a Horsham resident, and JP Bamford is seen quite a lot out in Mildura. I have seen those two separate in action before, and I'm quite excited to see what they'll do together.
Bamford, an incredibly impressive heavyweight prospect. Ashak, a very impressive high flyer. Wrestled Brian Kendrick not that long ago.
Of course, Ashak also held the Ascend Championship for quite some time as well. He's been champion across MXW for a very long period of time as Ashak, but you're right though, DJ.
Flying head scissors to Marco Del Lago, and this team of Golden Fury are not off to a good start.
No, they're not. Ashak
is going to be taking a risk here.
The massive legend goes up.
And someone who learns to take a lot of high risk, high reward at the best of times.
Oh no, JP's going for
6'6".
Tope Suicida by JP Bamford.
Absolutely massive. Took out both men on the outside. Have you seen a man that size fire like that?
No, but we're going to see a man the size of Ashak absolutely mess some dudes up.
JP holding them both in place.
Ashak goes up.
Almighty! We have got to see that again.
We'll see JP Bamford first and foremost to the Tope Suicida, and then he went from a Tope Suicida to a springboard flip there from Ashak as he spears Marco Del Lago through the middle of the road, drops the leg. There's JP Bamford drops the leg here, and Puppet Paul Fury says no to that one.
Very solid tag team work by the Cudas. They are a well-oiled machine. We will see what Paul Fury and Marco Del Lago can do against them.
Paul Fury, though, very smart breaking up that pin because he wasn't sure if Rocco was going to be able to
Phil Nelson, he was talking about the Miz earlier. I think he was looking for the skull-crushing finale.
Did not manage to hit it, of course. Caught up in the corner now with JP.
And Marco Del Lago is going to take full advantage of both legs here of JP Bamford.
There are some dreams, and they look like they may be shattered.
I hope that JP has had his children before this match.
He's from Mildura. He had him at like 12.
Wait, Paul Fury putting a stop to it.
He's a good Christian boy. He doesn't like this kind of stuff.
Paul Fury wants a piece of JP Bamford.
He wants to pump up JP Bamford.
Head first straight into the groin.
Friendly fire by the Cudas, inadvertently, of course. Oh, drops him down with the mid-range DDT off the middle rope there.
Marco Della and Paul Fury almost took it. What an upset it would be if this tag team that has not tag teamed together before could beat the Cudas here in Pakenham.
They are operating as quite a good unit here so far.
As I said, they train together and they're both graduates of the School of Relentless, so they know each other very, very well. Do Puppet Paul Fury, Marco Delago.
100% and possibly
Possibly
during the training, they might have spent some time coordinating a plan here.
Absolutely. Quick cover.
Referee out of position, very slow to get to the count. Pump and Paul Fury with that massive splash.
Certainly had potential to be a 3 count.
But Golden Fury are taking full advantage and now on top of this match.
I wonder if Paul Fury is related to the bloodline. Samoa's a very small island. Paul Fury from the southeast, he's from this area, even though he trains at the Relentless School of Professional Wrestling.
He drives over an hour.
Yeah,
just trained by the very best.
Well over an hour to train with Jake Navarro, JXC.
But the question is, whatever he's taught...
Here we go, Fisherman.
Whatever he's taught in training, is he able to implement that here?
He's implementing it now, Brady.
With the Fisherman suplex there.
He had him up for almost 10 seconds.
I've never...
What the hell? The referee takes an hour to get down.
The ego pin was not going to hit the throat.
I had a birthday waiting for it to get down and counted.
I've actually never seen a hang time like that with a Fisherman suplex before.
It was really cool.
It was
really cool. JP Bamford taking some interesting offense by Paul Fury, but in tags, the Golden God, the tripod of Hollywood Gold.
You've got to be wondering what's going through the head of JP Bamford here, trying to get back on top and trying to get that tag to A-Shack.
He hasn't tried for the tag yet. He's getting his block cleaned as ref goes down. 2.
Marco Delago still cannot put away JP Bamford.
JP Bamford is a tough guy. I don't think he's been looking for a tag just yet. I think he's looking for an opening to possibly get some double team offense.
Fireman's carry here by Marco Delago. And going for a bit of a spin.
Aeroplane spin.
Uh-oh.
Not good. I'm not cleaning up the spew.
Oh, it's affected both men.
Well, I was going to say, if JP Bamford spews up, it'll probably be because of the kudu juice, not because of the spin.
Colin Minogue once said, I'm spinning around. Move out of my way.
And JP Bamford and Marco Delago, they take the opposition. Oh, blue thunder bomb. There by Paul Fury.
Paul Fury really thought he got the tag there.
So did A-Shack.
Well, maybe he thought maybe the referee would just do it.
Paul Fury's pleading his case to ref Chloe, saying, I got tagged in. I got tagged in. So legally, I should be dispatched.
Super kick by Massive Legend. Paul Fury's down.
He's stunned.
A-Shack trying to pick up Paul Fury. And gee, he's a big boy to pick up if you're A-Shack.
Here we go.
Shacky
Sliced bread number 3.
Shades of the mountain.
But A-Shack is illegal.
I was going to say, sliced bread. Shades of the mountain he took on not too long ago, and Brian Kendrick.
Sliced bread number 3 calls it. It's the Horsham style sliced bread. You just have to add a little bit of speed to it. It doesn't fast. Wink, wink, there's no. That was PG. I saw that. Alrighty.
Up to the high rent district. JP was calling for a 720.
720.
And Marco Delago's going to deny A-Shack of that. And A-Shack has felt his Shacky babies get eaten alive.
Cocks are being knocked all over the arena here in Pakenham. This is Malice Wrestling Federation, brother.
Frankie Grimes now entering the ring.
He's the only one that's not had his family jewels eaten alive there. Ref Chloe, make sure that Frankie Grimes' family jewels get the same result.
Evenly here at Eclipse.
Eat the same result as Golden Fury and of course the Cudas. Everyone is down and their family jewels have been beaten to within an inch of their lives.
Here we go, all 4 men starting to rise back to their feet after that.
I'm not gonna lie, but my family jewels actually kind of hurt seeing that.
All 4 men.
For these men.
Both tag teams in the ring. Bamford hits Fury. Fury hits just gonna go in a circle until somebody falls over.
Well, that's the question. Who's tough enough to stay up?
All four of these men are tough sons of bitches.
Nice headbutt by Bamford to Paul Fury.
You can't headbutt a Samoan. That's just ridiculous.
A nice carry there from Paul Fury.
You never headbutt a Samoan. Oh, he's calling him.
What a maneuver by Golden Fury.
Finger to the crowd.
The tripod and pumping Paul Fury.
Paul Fury going after Bamford. Bamford ejects him.
He ate crap on the floor.
Quick stop. This could be a hit for JP Bamford. Marco Delago denied.
Oh! Did you see that one there, DJ? It looked like he caught him low.
Oh! And Shaki Baby with the step up into Giri.
Massive kick to the side of the head. He's got to be out after that one.
And here comes the Cudas. This is poetry in motion for one of the most decorated tag teams in all of Victoria right now in the Cudas.
Horson's favorite son! Horson's favorite son!
What's up?
As legal as a headlock. Quick cover. And the Cudas get the win.
Your winners, the Cudas!
In one of the most intriguing matches I think I've ever seen inside the Malice Arena, the Cudas get the job done here at Eclipse.
Certainly one way to put it there, Michael. Intriguing is one way, and painful might be another.
But speaking of which though, so confident the Axium have gone 2-1 so far tonight. The Cudas have gone undefeated tonight in both of their matches.
Well, I mean, I guess that just means that the Cudas are much better than Conflict Axiom, doesn't it?
I mean, it's only a matter of time before those two titans of groups start merging and going towards each other, possibly some tensions boiling over with Cudas walking away tonight with a perfect win score.
It could be a war inside the Malice Arena, you don't know, but the Cudas and Conflict Axiom, they'll keep their eyes peeled on each other, that's for sure.
JP Bamford, ASAC, impressive performance here in Pakenham. This is MWF Eclipse. You are joining us. If you're joining us on YouTube, like, subscribe, comment, tell your grandma, tell your friends, share it on social media.
And of course, our next show is in November 29. Only one can reign. And of course, we know it'll be a 30-person rumble at the Peninsula Community Theatre. Tickets on the left-hand screen right now. They are on sale right now. Just swipe through.
Just get the tickets. Stop listening to the explanation. Click the thing and get the tickets.
The last two events are sold out. You better get in quick.
Exactly.
By the time this video comes out, there's not going to be any front rows left. I promise you.
Could you please help give me a big warm welcome, a big Pakenham warm welcome to our very special guest at this time from the streets of St. Albans. He is the generational, the young goat, Cody Reed.
Oh, massive. The young goat is making his presence known inside the Malice Arena tonight. Cody Reed, one of the youngest world champions this state has ever seen.
He's been on a tear. He's won world championships in multiple promotions.
22 years old. This young man has barely even begun to scratch the surface.
I remember when he was 16 and starting out in this industry. He has grown up and he's done so well in the 5-6 years he's been in the industry, Cody Reed. And you're right, DJ, he's only getting started. He's done tours in Japan and New Zealand. And he's also not too far away from go back to Japan as well later this year, rumors are saying.
Generational talent, 22 years old. The world is this young man's oyster. And right now, the ring is his
oyster.
And the ring is his oyster, that's right.
Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, you are in the presence of a generational talent. You are in the presence of international superstar. You are in the presence of the person who put down the first lady of the Cuda country, and most importantly, you're in the presence of the young goat, Cody Reed. Now I can take the cheekbone and say I don't want to be here and I'd rather be at home eating some Tim Tams right now, but quite frankly I need And the best competition they could give me was Nova Nicholls? Say what one more time. Say it again. Say what if you fuck your sister? Exactly. Sorry. Look, Nova stepped up.
Big F-bomb.
She gave me her best, but it wasn't good enough for me. Now, as someone who's wrestled international, as someone who's wrestled really big names at such a young age, it's about time everyone gives me a match that I deserve. What do you think so?
Who does it deserve?
I am the person who wrestled Robbie Eagles at 19. I am the person who wrestled Kalisto at 20. I'm the person who went to Japan, went to America, went to New Zealand, made events and companies across this country. So I think I deserve a good match. So, I'm going to go down the list. What was that? What was that? Oh, no, this time out. Hold on. Teletubbies. That's for children. Anyways, you're distracting me with your idiocracy.
Not even using real words at this point. He's totally lost his flow.
I want a match against people like Slex. I want a match against people like Adam Brooks. Give me Robbie Eagles again. Give me all the big names, not just some bums that come to the street and play wrestler.
Is he playing Nova as a play wrestler?
Nova's ain't got nothing on me. No one in the back can lace up my boots.
He's wearing hands.
Speaking of which, speaking of generational talent, here comes a man.
We're talking about Skittles, right?
Here comes a man who wrestled in the very first Malice match back at Cudas. Here is, of course, Sam Huxley.
You're being ridiculous. Sam Huxley is a 4 foot tall, basically a young man who never properly developed after 12 years old.
He might not be the biggest, but he's sure got a lot of heart.
You can have all the heart you want, but when you look like a 12-year-old, when you look like a literal child, when you have to buy your pants at the child section in Kmart, maybe you shouldn't step up to the big dogs like Kobe Reaper.
I was going to say Sam Huxley knows some very powerful people. DJ, so
He can know all he wants. He can know all he wants.
well, we're going to hear now from the supposed child, Sam Huxley.
What's up, Malice? So Kobe Reed was competition. Kobe Reed was a match worthy of the young Kobe. How about this, Kobe? November 29th, Malice Supremacy. We made Sam Huxley versus Kobe Reed.
I mean, it wasn't quite the caliber of match he was asking for. He said Slex, Adam Brooks.
Attention parents, there is a lost child in the ring right now. Can someone please retrieve your child? Who are you? You're not Jeff Hardy? As the eagle skates in? Who are you? I'm Sam Huxley. I'm the madman of the skies. And you want to call me a kid? Which one of us is a pimple farmer?
There's acne scars.
At least I hit you, dude. At least I can go big. At least I can wrestle. What are you? Just some knockoff Darby Allin who takes stuff ups for a living? No. I make this a living. What you do is pure disrespect to this business. Pure disrespect for what the Go-Go Kobe Reed does. What I do is disrespect. You talk all this talk, but at the end of it, looking in your eyes, I can see you're just still some little kid valley in the high valleys. So what do you think, Kobe?
Going at each other. We don't want even November 29th. It's happening now. Clocking him. Supremacy's come early for that. So,
Kobe Reed having to escape to the outside. He's thrown off after that one.
Sam Huxley going to straight to Sean Waltman there. And Sam Huxley makes Kobe Reed retreat.
Or I'll see you November 29th.
This is going to be a big time match. MWF Supremacy. Sam Huxley, Kobe Reed, generational versus the plucky upstart.
Well,
this is going to be a great match.
Let's not go crazy here. This man was on the first Malice show in the pre-show in the dark box, which he lost by the way. He's just challenged the young goat Kobe Reed. This man has been off far more than he can chew. He's had nearly enough whippings for this.
I think he's done a fantastic job. He's stepping up to the plate. How about you go in there and step up?
He can step up to the plate. He's not even small enough for the
I've got to agree with DJ here. Kobe Reed walked away from the last show with a win over Nicholls.
But he just walked away from Sam Huxley just then.
He's certainly a statement made.
He didn't want to take his medicine.
Beautiful people of Pakenham, this is your last chance to make noise. This is your last chance for us to hear you. This is the Malice Eclipse main event! The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making their way to the ring first.
This was made as our official main event at the start of the night. These two men just went toe-to-toe in the middle of the Malice Arena. And now they're going to finish MWF Eclipse.
This is going to be an amazing matchup here.
Kris Law coming to the ring first. Fight by the First Lady of Conflict Axiom, Claire Constantine.
100%, and I've seen Claire. She's been a big part down at PRSA, getting Kris Law those wins and making sure that Kris Law can keep progressing up the ladder here in Australian professional wrestling.
Kris Law saying he's already a champion and he doesn't need a belt to prove it. Well, he did say to start the night, boys. He is the main event of MWF of Malice.
Well, he is. He's not wrong. He's here in our main event tonight. MWF Eclipse sold out at Pakenham Hall.
You just hope if he's the main event that he doesn't walk away with a loss here.
He has to step up to the plate. It's put up or shut up now for the Revenants.
He beat DDG on our last event, and I've got to admit, it was probably a bit of a...
He wasn't happy because it took him a lot longer to beat DDG than what he was expecting. He was expecting it to be...
Put up a fight. She put up a hell of a fight.
Yeah, she did. But Kris Law was expecting it to be 3, 4, maybe 5 minutes max, and that's it. But DDG took Kris Law to nearly 20 minutes in top square circle.
I'll tell you someone that you can't underestimate, and he's about to come out. I'm telling you now, Kris Law is more worried than he appears because Aiden Osbourne is about to eat this man for breakfast, brother.
The Southeast Sinner.
That's exactly it, the Southeast Sinner. Here to prove a point in the main event tonight of the second ever MWF show. This could be huge for his career, guys.
Absolutely. Aiden Osbourne is a member of Conflict Axiom and James Marshall in that three-way hardcore match back at Catalyst on July 11th. And Aiden Osbourne wants to be now another man. He wants to knock out the Conflict Axiom and Kris Law. Imagine Aiden Osbourne after 2 Malice shows saying that you walked into the Malice Arena and you pinned not one, but 2 members of Conflict Axiom in their first 2 shows.
It would be quite the resume that he could take everywhere else to say that he beat 2 members of...
Here we go.
Get out of the ring, Mike Stand.
Uh-oh. Kris Law's taking the microphone.
Get out of the ring, Mike Stand. Or I'll Claire Constantine remove you.
She looks more like a mic stand than him.
Really? That's someone from your town? Really? Now, you will probably find, Aiden Osbourne, that I'm very relaxed, I'm calm, I don't even care about the disrespect that these morons have been showing me and Claire Constantine. Because the truth of the matter is that earlier tonight you showed me something. You were willing to come to this ring against insurmountable odds and stand face to face with the real best in the world. So, The truth is, there is no need for you and I to fight in front of these morons, these hicks, these inbred reprobates. They don't deserve to see us fight. You see, you can see it right here. I've got an invitation for you, and believe me, this is life-changing stuff. My God, would you back off?
You have to be close.
Poor ref chase.
The fact of the matter is, take the shirt, join Conflict Axium, join me, and let's get the hell out of here, or walk away and let your career fall into obscurity. The choice is yours.
Here's a third choice. You can just punch him.
Aiden Osbourne has got a very tough decision to make right now in front of a solo capacity crowd here in Pakenham.
And he doesn't have time to consider his options here.
He said accept or walk away. He has a third option. Aiden, you can fight. Take option C, brother. Option C.
Aiden Osbourne.
He's shown the shirt out.
And the shirt's been
to the
denied.
side. I believe we've got our
There we go.
Ring the bell.
And this match is on. The main event of MWF Eclipse is underway. Aiden Osbourne at South East Centre taking on the Reverend Kris Law, and Aiden Osbourne not taking too kindly to Kris Law's invitation.
Right on top of him with fury and some fire behind it.
20-year wrestling veteran against a man who just recently celebrated his 1-year anniversary as a pro wrestler.
We speak about generational talent. No one's as generational in those rising stars. Aiden Osbourne and what he's been able to do in the last 12 months in this industry.
It's been an impressive 12 months rise to fame for the Southeast Sinner. However, Kris Law still has 19 years on him. This is not Kris Law's first main event. It's not even the 100th.
It might not be his first main event, but as we can see, he's quite thrown off here.
Kris Law's first main event was against California's Top Gun Talwar in 2007 in Frankston. It was an incredible match, and Kris Law was much smaller and much lighter and a crazy high flyer. Now he's a bit older, he's much more muscular.
And you can catch the History Channel with Renee, DJ Dirty Spot anytime you want.
I love the History Channel. What are you talking about? I love ancient aliens. We definitely didn't build the pyramids.
I was going to say, Aiden Osbourne is building hip toss not once but twice here on Kris Law.
Thomas, out of position, 2.
Referee's out of position. This is becoming a common theme here tonight.
But I was going to say, you can tune into the History Channel every Thursday night to hear DJ spread out historical wrestling facts like that.
I'm on every Friday night, just to be clear.
I thought you were Thursday night.
No, we're Friday night. Friday night in Brunswick East.
Quick. It's quick here.
Only 2.
Well, Aiden Osbourne wants to make history of Kris Law here tonight in Pakenham.
Huge senton there.
Goes directly for the cover, doesn't look for any follow-up offense. He's trying to draw the wind out of Kris Law, being the age that he is, the experience level that he is. He does not have the gas tank he used to in his 20s.
Of course, just kicking out takes so much energy and power to lift your arm off the mat. He's got to be going for those quick pins. Might actually be quite a smart decision.
It's going to be Aiden's strategy. You've got to get the wind out of Kris Law, because if you don't, if the man has full lungs, you are going to have a bad time.
Well, Aiden Osbourne tried to go for the Blue Thunder spin out powerbomb there, and Kris Law denied Aiden Osbourne of that privilege. And now, speaking of which, one privilege Aiden Osbourne didn't want to have is
I believe he was
Kris Law's fingers all over his eyes.
I believe he was, digging his fingers into his eye. Constantine getting involved.
Taking him across the road now.
He's the X-Factor.
Distracted again.
Rev Chase Williams distracted by Kris Law. Claire Constantine taking full advantage of the Southeast Centre.
The educated knees by the Reverend.
And Kris Law is taking full advantage. Aiden Osbourne is in a peculiar position. This is essentially a 2-on-1 here for Aiden Osbourne.
Oh no, just ripped his singlet. I didn't even know he had a tattoo there.
Exposing the bare chest to try and make sure he can get as much damage across with those brutal chops.
Absolutely. If he can break his sternum, if he can even crack a rib with one of those chops, Aiden Osbourne is not going to be able to have the win to continue.
Osbourne, fed another uppercut there by Kris Law, and now the 20-year veteran is going to work. Look at the athleticism of Kris Law.
Just need to remind everyone that
Natural selection on Aiden Osbourne, and Kris Law is taking full advantage as he's on top in this match. Quick cover by the Revenant here. Chase Williams in a better position, 2 count only.
Wasted too much time flipping off the crowd to go for that pin. Could have been a 3 there.
We've got to mention, Kris Law has been... There are members of our roster that were born after Kris Law started wrestling. Right there, that drop salt. This is the kind of stuff I'm talking about that he's picked up over the years.
I believe he's been wrestling longer than I've been alive.
Yes, he has. Yes, he has, Brady.
And you said Kris Law was slowing down, DJ.
So, he's got to be slowing down.
He doesn't look like he's slowing down in the slides. I might not like the man, but I do admire the fact is that he's still moving as quick as what he has been over the last 15, 20
Look,
years.
I agree with you. I thought the guy was a vampire. I hadn't seen him in 10 years. He looked exactly the same. He looked younger, if anything.
Into quick reversal here. Here we go.
Won't be looking younger after that one.
Blue Thunder Bomb.
It was almost like a deep 6, actually.
It did look like a deep 6, yeah.
Aiden Osbourne, do your research, bro. Quick cover and not to be.
Very close 2 count there.
Kris Law taking a powder. Kris Law taking a powder. He was surprised by Aiden Osbourne's offensive maneuvers. Was it a Blue Thunder Bomb? Was it a deep 6? I'm not sure. We'll have to check back.
Aiden Osbourne rips the shirt, well, whatever the shirt was.
Whatever's left of it.
Yeah, whatever was left of it from Kris Law. And here comes Law now, dragging Osbourne to the outside. Quick right hand here by the southeast centre. He's got to be careful though, Claire on scene, because she is the X-Factor at ringside.
100%. If Claire gets in the way again, that could cost him the match.
Here we go.
Could be over the suplex.
Suplex on the bare floor.
Law says no. Might put us into a reversal. Law thinking about it. Mongolian chop to the midsection of Aiden Osbourne.
Go. Lining up another one of those big chops. Again, why he ripped the shirt open is to try and crack that sternum with these big chops.
And there's no turnbuckle or bounce behind him. That's just the post. He's hitting him and his spine is hitting the post.
Kris Law has the best educated chops in pro wrestling today.
Oh, God! He might have broken his hand. Did you hear that, DJ?
And as I said that, Kris Law's hand might be in a lot of pain right now.
Got him! Oh! Urunaga slam on the apron as Aiden Osbourne is finding a chance to capitalize.
Here's the thing, Kris Law's back on his feet very quickly.
Osbourne is on top in this one.
Polish hammer knocks him down. Follows up with another. Kris Law has not begun to sweat yet. Let's just point this out. He's not begun to sweat yet.
Aiden Osbourne. Oh, nice knee. Quick cover here.
High knee. 1, 2.
2 count on that one.
And of course, that discus lariat is what Aiden Osbourne's so synonymous with. That's what he put away James Marshall with back at MWF Catalyst back in July.
You've got to think he's got to be looking to set up that move, but where is he going to find the opening? Kris Law is like an octopus. His arms, his legs are everywhere. He knows where he is at all times, anywhere in the ring.
Even though Aiden Osbourne might be a bit more in control, Kris Law's only a step behind him.
Like I said, he's not breathing heavy, he's not sweating. You know, like, to the fans, it may look like he's getting his ass kicked. To us, educated eyes, we know what's going on here.
Oh, well done by Aiden Osbourne. Kick to the midsection. Got him into a suplex. Middle of the ring.
Textbook vertical suplex by the southeast center.
Quick cover here from Osbourne. This could be a ref Chase Williams in a right position this time.
You got to hook a leg. You got to hook a leg, brother. You're not going to beat Kris Law without at least hooking a leg. I know that Aiden Osbourne, he's breathing heavy. It's been a hard match for him, but he has to remember his fundamentals.
Of course, you can join us for MWF Supremacy Saturday, November 29th, the Peninsula Community Theatre. You can now scan the QR code on the left side of your screen to grab tickets right now to this big event. Jawbreaker by Kris Law. Oh, nice standing neck breaker there from Law as he looks at the ref Chase Williams' eyes. Quick cover here by the Revenant. This could be it here from the Southeast Centre and a kick out of 2.
Pretty sharp.
He's choking him. He's choking him. Aiden can't even breathe. What is he doing? The ref's not counting. There's a choke on the throat. What is he doing?
And Law utilised the 5 count of Chase Williams to his advantage there.
Aiden Osbourne's not even moving. He can't breathe. His face is beet red. I'm not sure how well the camera is catching it, but Aiden Osbourne looks like he's got a collapsed lung or something. The referee's got to be thinking about stopping this.
Kris Law not letting up in this one thus far. Only Aiden Osbourne getting those little bits in, but of course that experience is just too much.
And the trifecta of leg drops by Kris Law. One leg drop away from getting the quadding. Only two there from Kris Law.
And Aiden Osbourne has been on his back for the last 3 minutes. If this was MMA or any other combat sport, they probably would have called it. This is professional wrestling. You need to hold someone's shoulders down for a 3 count.
Is 1/20th of the experience of Kris Law gonna be enough to put him away? Is he gonna be able to pull something out of the bag that Kris Law hasn't seen? And there's not a lot.
You're not a wrestler anymore. You're just a lonely bitch referee.
Osborne's going. Schoolboy. This could be it here. And a kick out.
We're talking about hooking a leg. He hooked in the best way.
Oh dear, Kris Law puts him down again.
He did get distracted jaw-jacking with the referee there, which could have been a deadly mistake. But of course, Kris Law's experience coming back and getting back on top.
I think Law's strategy is really working. Aiden is breathing very heavy. Aiden is up, but he's clutching his midsection.
Going for a spear. Aiden Osbourne's sword coming a mile away. Goes for the discus lariat. Missed on that occasion. Man down center of the ring.
Both men had the same idea in mind. Aiden Osbourne may get a chance to catch his breath, and if he can, Kris Law may be in for a world of hurt here.
He can be trying to catch his breath, but he's way more grasping for air than Kris Law even is.
Ref chase up to a count of 5 now. Both men still down center of the ring.
This is looking quite bad for Aiden Osbourne, I'm not going to lie. Both men are down, slowly moving their way to their feet.
Law and Osbourne looking at each other.
Shot for shot, these two are going to go here in Pakenham.
It's trading shots. Referee letting it go.
These are not precision strikes. These are ugly roundhouse fists straight to the face.
Right hands by both men. Kris Law now getting the better of the exchange.
With forearms to the neck going after that carotid artery.
Osbourne with some elbows to boot.
Has the same thing in mind.
Almost has Law stunned a bit here.
And Law says, screw that crap.
Nice elbow there from Osbourne. Oh, puts him down again. Both men down. Center of the ring yet again.
Shows that Nigel McGuinness there with the lariat.
Quick
1, 2. And Kris Law has got to be getting frustrated at this point. He's got the young man beaten down. He's got him breathing heavy. He's got him hurt, but he cannot keep his shoulders down for a 3. Brady, what is it going to take for Kris Law to beat Aiden Osbourne?
What's Kris Law scouting now? He's looking up high. Don't forget, the roof is not that high. He's got to be careful here.
Kris Law's not a short guy either. If he stands on that top rope, he will hit his head.
He's almost calculating it. He's checking it out. He's got enough distance from Aiden Osbourne.
But does he need to do this? Is this a mistake? Kris Law.
Up to the top here for the Revenant.
No, he's not.
He's so nervous. His head
stabilizing himself with the roof.
This is brilliant here from Kris Law. Oh, missed with the swanton.
Dead center of the ring. He hits the canvas. Aiden Osbourne.
Lariats.
Inside and out. Kris Law has eaten that lariat, and this is young Aiden's match to win. Get the cover. Get the cover.
Do it, kid. Do it.
Inches away. Just drag him back to the center.
And he rolls out of the ring.
And that's a veteran-like instinct there by Kris Law.
And that's the key word, instinct. I don't think that was a thought-out decision. I think that was just his veteran instincts thinking, I have to get away from this man. He's coming closer. I have to get out of this ring.
And Kris Law knew that if Aiden Osbourne pinned him there, Kris Law was not kicking out of that discus lariat.
100%. He had him. 1, 2, 3. If he got those shoulders covered.
It just goes to show you those veteran instincts. He knew he landed on the edge of the ring. He knew all he had to do was roll out. He didn't have to kick out. Didn't have to put his foot on the ropes. All he had to do was move a few inches out of the way, and Aiden Osbourne had no chance to win, despite being almost knocked out.
And that's the difference between 1 year and 20 years. Aiden Osbourne is not getting on top and not following up on that huge discus lariat. He's taking too much time. Obviously, he's taken quite a lot of himself out in this matchup, but he needs to be on top of it. He needs to be following up on that one.
Lateral press, still no leg hooked.
Oh, look at Claire Constantine putting Kris Law's foot on the bottom rope there.
See what I mean? If he'd hooked the leg, she couldn't have done that. She could not have done that had he hooked the far leg. We all saw it.
Well, Kris Law doesn't even know which suburb he's in right now.
It's very likely. It's very likely
he was knocked 10 suburbs over with that discus lariat.
He thinks he's in Hastings or something, trust me. Maybe he thinks he's in Somerville. He must think he's in Somerville.
He's in Mount Gambier.
Mount Gambier with Rocco Reed. Shout out Rocco Reed.
Aiden Osbourne has had enough of Claire Constantine. She's meddling in this one.
She's just a girl, brother. She's just a girl.
She's begging.
She's going
to get exactly what's coming to her, Claire Constantine.
Here we go.
And here comes Wrestler and Zero from Conflict Axium to protect Claire Constantine.
Aiden Osbourne, you're in the main event. Don't get distracted, brother.
This is the biggest opportunity of a career.
Osbourne going after Wrestler and Zero.
Right in front of us here at the commentary table.
Wrestler and Zero taken out.
Aiden Osbourne probably doing the smartest thing possible, trying to eliminate those extra factors at ringside.
But he's giving Kris Law a chance to catch his breath.
That is the biggest
son.
Go for a stunner. Osbourne said no. Discus lariat. Ducked underneath. Nice spear by Kris Law.
This is going to be it.
Osbourne. Without the lights, no.
I can't believe he kicked out of that one, DJ.
Neither can I. Neither can I.
Not many people kick out of the Kris Law spear, but here we are.
He cuts people in half with that one, Michael.
He does indeed. Another spear.
Beautiful textbook spear tackle.
And that's it. Kris Law has got the chop.
He did it. He's kicked out.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
I was ready to ring the bell.
Osbourne kicked out of another spear.
Look at Kris Law's face. He can't believe what he's seeing. Beat red, out of breath, barely moving, cannot keep his shoulders down.
Law might try and go for the trifecta here. Osbourne's back up.
He's back to his feet. Kris Law's in shock that he is. Stunner. That's got to be it.
Not many people kick out of the Kris Law stunner. Aiden Osbourne has met that the hard way. He put up a hell of a fight though.
Kicking out of two spears.
Aiden Osbourne fought so valiantly against Kris Law and the numbers that Conflict Axiom threw at him.
100%, Michael. It's quite disappointing to see how close he got. With 1 year of experience, he almost defeated a 20-year veteran. That's got to bring Kris Law back to reality.
Well, hold up a minute here. Conflict Axiom are all getting in the ring. Aiden Osbourne is still there.
Aiden Osbourne is squared up here by Conflict Axiom. Kris Law, he's got mention words with the Sophie Sinner. Oh, here comes Marshall. Here comes Nitro. Here comes the scum of Conflict Axiom.
Disgusting. Using the numbers game to get the win and then celebrating it like he did it all on his own.
And Brady, you're going to be seeing these guys in PWSA very soon, I'm sure.
Over my dead body, will those guys walk away with the PWSA tag team titles?
Well, Cazador and Malachi Slick, watch out. Malachi Slick's in Melbourne as we speak.
He needs to be training to take on Kris Law and Luke Resner, but Kris Law walking away with a huge victory here tonight in the main event of Eclipse.
Aiden Osbourne still has not moved.
He's out for the count.
He needs some help.
He does indeed. That wraps us up here at MWF Eclipse. Brady, it's been fantastic to have you on comms tonight.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been an honour and a pleasure to come across the border and see some of the quality talent here in MWF. And the crowd giving a round of applause to Aiden Osbourne here.
DJ, I'll see you at Supremacy for what's going to be a big night ahead. Peninsula Community Theatre on the left-hand screen. Scan the QR code now to get your tickets.
Cannot wait.
Only one can reign.
Aiden Osbourne getting a well-deserved round of applause from the audience. Hardly able to make it.
He's walking out under his own power. There's no referee carrying him. None of the boys came out to grab him. He's walking out on his own 2 feet.
Thank you so much for joining us here at MWF Eclipse. We will see you in November 29 for our biggest show of the year, MWF Supremacy. Only one can reign.